Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Northernlion Live Super Show, the Wednesday, December 6th, 2017 edition. I, as always, am your host, Northernlion, joined by esteemed co-host, Rock Lee Smile.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be back. Before we get super deep into it, though, let Rob say hi, but I have a serious question to ask you after that.
Hello, Rob.
Hi. How's it going?
Hi, Rob.
Hey!
The contract has been written and sealed. Nick, you may proceed with
Okay.
your anecdote.
Okay, first question. Would you want your first kid to be a minion? Do you think that would be cool?
Right out of the womb.
Just right
Yeah.
out of the womb?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that would be cool? Or no?
Personally, yes.
You do think that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
I think it would be cool if my first kid was a minion. If he just popped out of the womb and it was a minion, how fun would that be? Straight out of the womb.
It would be really fun. I have more to say about minions, but I have another important question. Have you ever broke the speed limit?
I'm not familiar with this part of the meme.
You missed this one.
The first part of the meme I was 100% familiar with.
Yeah,
But,
no, they grilled everybody that played real racing about if they broke the speed limit. I guess you got off the hook.
Because we were like a little bit behind schedule at that point, I think. So they were like, just get him off the stage.
A little
All right.
bit.
Well,
how's it
those
going?
are the big important ones, but feel free to go anywhere you want. It's going good. How are you?
It's good. We're gonna play some Isaac. We're gonna play some golf, and we're gonna play some Quiplash today. It's a banter-filled docket. Shall we begin and proceed?
Yeah,
Nick
if you
and
like.
Robert, would you like
Absolutely.
to choose? Would you like to choose a character?
Oh, sure.
What do you think, Rob?
Is it sacrilege to just want to play like the Isaac character from Isaac?
It's wonderful
good to me.
play as Isaac.
Yeah, because I like the D6. It's a fun time.
I agree.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You want to give us a
let's,
seat, or are we just going to all seat ourselves?
It's up to you guys, honestly.
Send me some seed money?
Anyone gonna send us a seed?
I'll do
I'll
it.
send you a seat. Hold on, I'm
okay.
saying a thing.
Oh,
But 40,
okay, cool.
41 months, that's so long. It's almost a whole year. Thank you, Lahouse. All right,
Go for it.
New run. Isaac.
I did see that. Well, I'll let you give me the seed first.
Okay, your seed today is 2R, D3, 2G, 9E.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I like
I
that
did
one.
see. I was in the green room,
Fuck.
which is what we in the business call the room that they give you makeup in, and you sit in until they yell at you to go out on stage.
Right.
And I was watching the monitor, and they asked Mystic like the fastest he'd ever driven, and then he was like, "I've driven like 120 miles an hour," and everybody was like, "Whoa, that's sweet!" And I was like, I hope he means like, I'm pretty sure he means around like a racetrack or something.
He said it was on the
You would
Autobahn.
hope-
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't catch that. I thought they were really just like glorifying the fact that he had maybe done like double the
Nope.
speed limit down a country road or something. So it's all good.
He was very conscious about it himself. He explained it.
Then that's
Country
acceptable. Then.
road. My game is running at like 4 frames per second for some
Yeah.
reason.
Oh, that's
They
shitty.
recently added an update that specifically fucked your computer
Oh, well, that's annoying. Why'd they do that?
because they don't like the fact that the game was too easy for you.
That's fair. Yeah, it is very easy.
They're
for me.
experimenting with a lot of new ways, like progressive ways to add difficulty.
Well, experimentation is important. You got to find out who you are.
In any relationship, I agree.
That's my mistake. Apparently, it was DJ Rehab that said that.
DJ Rehab.
Oh, that's who I thought you meant. You said someone
Dude.
else. Okay.
I said,
Can I
I said
just say-
Mystic, but I was
Yeah.
mistaken.
I just want to say publicly,
Yes.
DJ Rehab seemed like such a nice
Yeah,
guy.
really chill
Dude.
guy.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna be careful with the way that I phrase stuff around the event because I had a good time, and some of the things that I say could definitely make it seem like I was a total jerk occasionally. And I was after the event, I went over to all the producers, like we saw them in the hotel the day we checked out, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I had a really good time at the event. I think you guys ran it really well. Things went as well as could have been considered, blah, blah, blah. But I will admit that the first couple of times that I saw DJ Rehab, I was like, what the heck is this dude doing here?
Yeah.
Not gonna have any idea what's going on. I thought that they'd moored him and abandoned him on the couch, and he had like no idea what was happening. And I felt bad for him. But then it seemed, I was watching the commentary, it seems like he was having a good
He
time.
was having a great time. He was smiling his ass off.
enjoying himself.
He came over to me after day one and was like, hey, like, you had a really good round. I enjoy your stage presence. And I was like, DJ Rehab, I'm so sorry I doubted you.
Yeah.
And just assumed the worst, that you're like I'm not a bad person, but that you were just here for superficial reasons.
Yeah.
Then he was like, where are you based? And I was like, Vancouver, BC. And he's like, oh man, I'm playing Vancouver, BC in February. Let me give you my email address and maybe we can
Dude.
I don't know if he meant hang out, but maybe we can like, I can get you access to the event or something like that. And you can be there. And he gave me his email address. I emailed him and I said, hey, this is Northernlion. And then he said, hey, this is DJ Rehab. And I was like, this is cool. He's like a totally cool guy.
Yeah, he seemed, he was, like more than even some of the contestants playing, he seemed just like genuinely happy to be there. Like,
dude,
it was.
I don't know if you saw the charity match, but he did pretty well in Beat Fever as well.
Oh, did he?
Like, that's not his job. Like,
I was worried that they were trying to tire out Hafu, so she lost.
But she was like, on the last day, she was on stage like 80% of the time.
Yeah.
It seemed a little much. Like, she had a lot of stuff going on, and then to like put her up for another half hour of fiddling around, but whatever.
Like, they would, she'd like played in her quarterfinals match, and then she came back and was like, maybe I can get some practice in right now. Like, we need you to go. We got an interview coming up. We need you to be in, and blah blah. Charity matches are coming up right now. It's like, yeah, she was working hard on the last day, no question about it.
And while we're in this brief moment of sincerity, I also want to say that it was awesome how good you did, and we were all very proud of you, and you did a really great job.
Thank you.
You did.
It was sincerely fun watching you succeed at that. So
yeah, AlpacaPatrol is now playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Right now, Rob?
Look, I have tried restarting the game over and over again. It is like, it just will not cooperate. It's at like 4 frames per second.
Well, that's shitty.
Yeah.
What if you closed Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and then maybe it would?
I don't have it. Yeah, I didn't have it open before.
All right, that's fine. You do you. I understand.
Yeah, I can still have commentary during the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. It's fine.
So like that was such a bad dodge. My timeline of the event, probably pretty similar to yours. Like, I got on stage for Minions and I lost, but nobody knew what happened. So we were all pretty confused
I'm still not entirely sure.
We were all pretty confused about how I took the L in that one until it came out that actually what had happened is just that Mystic died with more bananas at exactly like the same simultaneous second that the timer ran out as well. It's not the way that I would do scoring.
Where was the timer?
Yeah, the timer is internal, which is a decision that I don't
see,
necessarily
that's why we were all
with.
confused. No one could see the timer.
Yeah. I'll cut him some slack. We were the first.
Right.
We were the first group to play Minions on stage, so everyone's saying there's no timer. You don't know. There was a timer. The timer was internal in the game. We were not able to see the timer.
Yeah.
Again, not the way I would have done it. However, there was a timer.
I'll trust you guys. I'm sure you figured it out eventually. I didn't even download the game. What do I know?
And then Beach Buggy Racing was like, okay. And then I threw real bad in Crossy, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. And I told this story in PUBG, but I'll tell it again. One of the cameramen, we were in the Time Building in New York, came over to me. I was looking at this picture of, it's a very famous picture of Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston. He's like beating his chest. And he was like my Obi-Wan Kenobi. He came over and was like, hey, do you know the story about this photo? And he told me this long, very motivating story about how, like, in between Muhammad Ali's legs is the senior photographer for, like, whatever magazine that's taken the photo.
What's between Muhammad Ali's legs?
Well, if you look at the photo, you'll see.
About that.
I want to know more. Tell me about this.
Well, look at the photo. Go Google image search the photo, because like he's framed between Muhammad Ali's legs is the senior photographer for whatever magazine. And the photo that's famous was actually taken by the junior photographer. And apparently the junior photographer had come over to where the senior photographer was and was like, hey, can I stand here? And the guy was like, no, this is where, like, you got to prove yourself to stand in this spot because this is where the shot's going to be at. And then he ended up getting that amazing shot of Sonny Liston being knocked out and Muhammad Ali standing over him. And beyond that, his dick boss was framed 100% between Muhammad Ali's legs, like Muhammad Ali himself was taking a shit on him. You know, and he was like, just goes to show you, like, you never know when your big break is going to happen. And after that moment, something inside of me clicked. And that's from that moment, you look at the rounds and it was like first, second, first.
Yeah.
He activated some kind of...
He activated your almonds.
He turned me into a Jedi with one pep talk that he didn't even know was a pep talk. He was the real hero of the event.
Wow.
And you keep saying Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
As if it's like one word. But it's two?
How do you say it?
I just want it...
Muhammad Ali.
Ali. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
The cadence, like the emphasis is on the li, not the ah.
You're going right through the syllables as if there's never a break between them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick.
I just wanted to point it out.
Richard Telly.
I also want to point out that it's not that I died in Isaac, but the other player's timer ran out simultaneously, and I know the timer's internal though, so don't worry about that.
Right.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I owe that guy essentially like my performance. It settled me down to the point that I could actually start. I was like, oh, this is a video game tournament. Okay, let's have fun. And then that's where that's where it started to click. Started to get good.
Were you nervous at the beginning?
Good. Oh, dude, highly.
Okay.
Everyone was nervous, and everyone was having the same conversation. It was just like, why are we nervous? This is a casual mobile game tournament. But, you know, the stakes were high, man. People got nervous.
Yeah.
I had the obvious thing seemed to me that you would be nervous, but you handled your entrance so well that I thought you got over it somehow. So
nah,
like,
you just kind of,
I don't know,
lean into it, like.
Yeah, you seem very like just limber. You were just moving around. You were just doing silly stuff, and that doesn't strike me as a thing you would be into if you were anxious to just kind of be bouncing around and silly.
Well, the thing is, like, you said the same thing to me when we were talking privately. You were like, I'm surprised that all the contestants were like having a good time on stage.
Yeah.
And in the end, like, you know, we were basically hired to do a job. We weren't sent to the event because it was like, these guys are really good at beach buggy racing.
It was especially you handled it all very gracefully. Like, I'm not gonna say much about the host, but I think the contestants did a great job of being cool about everything.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Why not?
I agree.
Performers or not, you know, things could have gone worse, and you know, a lot of that was wrangling that was done on the back end.
Hey, the power went out at the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
How did that go down?
You know, a transformer exploded, actually.
Oh God, was it
Optimus?
Bumblebee?
Yeah, it was that one that's a doctor for some reason, even though they're all robots. It's that one.
All right.
Yeah.
What does a robot doctor mean?
I don't know.
Isn't that a mechanic?
Yeah, see, he's a doctor though, but he's not a I don't know.
Robert, what are you talking about? You getting on me about his Muhammad Ali stuff? And then
There's the
bust
one,
out a sentence like that.
He's like an SUV, but he's a doctor for some reason.
You say SUVs can't be doctors?
Rhinox?
I don't know, probably.
That sounds like a Pokemon.
That's Rhydon.
Oh yeah.
He's right, yeah. The evolved form of Rhyhorn.
Correct. Did you meet Tech God? I did meet Tech God.
I want to clear up one thing about Tech God. Don't call him Tech Gremlin. That's rude.
That's rude, yeah.
Don't call him that.
That is pretty rude.
He worked his fucking ass off the whole weekend.
Was, on day one, he was just literally squatting behind the stage the whole time.
In fairness, when I was sitting next to you, Nick, at Champions of Fire, I did refer to him as a tech goblin. not knowing.
It's not polite.
I understand.
But it's not because he looked like a goblin. It's
because he was scurrying a lot.
It's because he was below the podium and kept popping out. I understand.
Yeah. He was, but he seemed like a great guy.
Tech God, he was cool. I never exchanged any words with him except for like occasionally, and it's not his fault. We had to argue with him a little bit, and we'd be like he'd set up the tablet, and we'd be like, "Can we change our character?" And he'd be like, "Oh, you want to change it? Oh, you want to change your character? Okay, fine." And then we'd like change the character, and I get it. My dude has had some long days standing there, and then like, you know, there were some technical issues where they'd crash, and then we'd just like kind of restart the same thing over and over. So
yeah.
What was he saying to people every time? Because I kept seeing him give like these very short statements to people.
Oh, he was giving us the things that allowed us to say in like simultaneity with each other. He's like, okay, it's gonna be you're on this screen, and then we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go, and then you're gonna hit the start button. And then we would look at him, and then he'd be like, 3, 2, 1, go.
And then it would crash, and then he'd go, oh.
Well, no, look,
All right, I'll leave it at that.
I didn't deal with that many crashes. Was Galadad's fall? First off, I'm not gonna call him Galadad. I have respect for my competitors.
Right on.
Was Galadon's fall staged? I don't know, but I don't think so.
It definitely wasn't
was not staged.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason I have proof to back this up.
Oh, okay.
The grab of the curtain, right?
No, well,
look, I'm not trying to make light of it. It sucks.
Part of it, yeah. But there was that one moment where what's his face, the Instagram Vine star guy,
Non-Pie Kid.
Yeah, that guy. He
what's so funny?
So anyway, that guy. He also tripped.
I'm trying to maintain a level of mutual respect for my competitors, whom I spent the weekend with. So
he also tripped. So he I think that what they did is they had that curtain like a little bit
too low.
Yeah, it was too low. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, now that you've said that, I know it wasn't faked, because for the rest of the day, every time we went out, they told us to watch the curtain.
Right.
Oh, really?
That makes perfect sense in hindsight. Yeah, how that all came to fruition.
Well, you could see it like when you were there, like the at the bottom of the curtain, like they had it clipped at the bottom next to like I guess like some sort of a support hole, and that definitely is what fuck people over.
I mean, I almost tripped on it as well. It's an easy thing to trip over. I'll just be straight up with you, you know?
Stages in general are just good for tripping on. And I've had similar experiences in chorus before when I've had to get on stage.
What
your mind's
is
all over the
chorus?
place. Choir. Oh, this is a Canadian thing. We've done this before, right?
Okay.
I forgot
Also,
you don't call it then.
I also want to point out that all of my competitors were very nice people.
Yeah.
And people were nice to most of them, a little creepy to some of them. And then the Yasuo is taking the heat. Everyone's like, I don't like Yasuo. People think like he deliberately cheated in like cooking craze and took like a 4th life. Or they're like, I don't like his attitude. He's very arrogant.
Well, I don't think he cheated, but they didn't change the damn difficulty settings for half the freaking matches. Which
backstage, he was a normal dude. He was exchanging tips with people. He was having laughs. It was a personable thing. You know, everyone was having a good time.
I am so bad at Isaac now. I've died again.
Yeah, are you bad at Isaac? Did you drop a Blue Eyes White Dragon on
Rob, what happened?
I'm losing to my girlfriend in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. So that's pretty fun. I haven't drawn any of my cards. It hurts, man. It hurts.
How can you not draw any of your cards? That doesn't.
Well, I mean, I'm drawing cards, but not the right ones.
Yeah, so not any cards?
Not a single one. I haven't drawn. Yeah, that was my handicap. Is that I didn't get any cards.
I mean, I'm sure there's Magic decks like that.
Oh man, yeah, that was fun though. The whole tournament was enjoyable. I only went to 1 day of it though, personally.
Yeah, me too.
So,
that's highly fair, by the way. Like there were people there, and we met them that were there all day, both days. You guys are out of your mind. First off, like, thank you, but also, oh my god, how much cooking craze have you watched now in your lives? Like, that's an outrage.
I have to say about cooking craze, I was stuck to my monitor for the whole day of Sunday, waiting to see how this thing was going to turn out. I literally, and I'm not exaggerating, I actually fell asleep in the very last few matches before the very end because of Cooking Craze.
I like how we said we're gonna try to maintain a little bit of positive.
That's not anything against anybody. It's just the game is boring.
So, Cooking Craze was a diamond level sponsor of the tournament.
Well, I can say a positive thing about it. Jess has been playing it nonstop since the tournament.
And I've been playing Dancing Line, and I gave him $5.
Yeah. Yeah, well, me too.
I will say that line game looked really fun. Although the host kept talking about how, man, this guy knows how to play piano. There are piano keys in the game. That is the only similarity between playing piano and that game where you press a single button on your phone.
Dancing Line is legit for sure. Like that, it's a fun game. I never want. It's too high stress now. Last year I genuinely making a joke without making light of a serious condition. I had mild Crossy Road Pac-Man PTSD.
Oh man!
Because last year I definitely choked in Crossy Road and lost. So those apps stayed on my phone for the whole year, and whenever I saw them, I was just like, oh fuck. I remember it. I've got only bad memories associated with that. This year, I think I did okay in Dancing Line, but it's kind of like the same thing. I never want to see it again as long as I live. Unless it comes back next year and I also somehow come back next year, that would be fine. But there are a couple of those games I definitely enjoy genuinely. And if I hadn't already put 10 hours into each of them, would play more of. Also, I didn't realize, apparently, accidentally, I'm like a god of Flappy Bird. I had no idea.
You nailed the 69. That was your crowning achievement, I think.
Nobody had touched the game in advance because they wouldn't let us play with it. They wanted it to be sight unseen.
Right.
And it just sort of I guess I got the brain for it somehow.
But they didn't want you to play Flappy Bird because it needed to be sight unseen? I mean, that game is just a game that's been out for years.
No, it got pulled from the App Store a week after it came out in 2013.
They made a game jam. There's 2,000 derivations of it.
Yeah, but it's like saying you want to practice the knockoffs on the App Store. What if the physics are different when you get to it?
All right.
I'm just saying I want to practice on the physics that they're going to use on the. I don't want to get hey, Jim Jeffries Flappy Bird, and he's got a totally different gravity parameter in there.
I've played the game before. It looked pretty similar to that, only didn't have the giant coin and the little circling ghost thing.
Yeah, those were that was to me as well.
I want to know how you knew what to practice in Dancing Line, because there were a lot of levels in that, and they had almost all of them featured on the show somehow.
Yeah, so the secret is you just practice every single one of them.
There's so many levels.
That's ridiculous.
You're telling me, dude.
So if you had to do
I got every song in that game. You want me to give you a little piano, a little planes, a little winter?
If you had to do mountain right now, would you be ready to go?
No. We got a document at the event that told us what the levels were gonna be. So I didn't practice mountain.
All right. I'm down to take you on in Dancing Line.
No, I'm never gonna touch it again.
Yeah, but it would be funny.
You should take me on in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links instead, to be honest with you.
If you wanted to play Dancing Lines, why don't you practice with me? We would have elevated each other's games instead of
I didn't know you were going to. You never told me what the games were.
I had many opportunities. I listed all the games in that Skype group. I asked. I said, "Hey, does anybody want to scrim in some of these games?" And I got ghosts. I got crickets.
I'm not sure I even knew any of that.
Now that the tournament's taking place, everybody's like, "Oh, I'd love to play Real Racing against you."
No one wants to play Real Racing, but I will play Dancing Line.
Dude, Real Racing. In terms of the games from the event that are actually the most fun for me personally, it's Real Racing and Beat Fever. I will concede that probably Dancing Line is the best game, but and Pac-Man 256 I love, and Crossy Road for whatever reason has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But those two are the ones where I could see myself playing these.
If it weren't for the bad monetization, I would say for sure I'd recommend Dancing Line, but it's got terrible monetization.
No, what will blow your mind is that it actually has great monetization.
Oh, God. You're telling me I shouldn't download the Minions game? Is that where we're going?
The Minions game is also, I think, is pretty tasteful. You don't have to pay for anything, but they do encourage you to do so. I admit Dancing Lines having an energy mechanic is kind of annoying, but it is also one of the games that's hey, like for $6 you'll never see ads ever again.
No, you see the ads when you run them to get stamina. You
Yeah,
still
but
have
why-
stamina when you pay for it.
I'm just saying, why would you watch an ad to get energy in a video game? Literally, you're trading.
Because you're trying to
trading-
practice.
But you're trading your life.
No, you put the ad on, you walk away. That's how you do it. But I actually figured out a trick for it this morning. I have an iPad and an iPhone. If you run the ads on both devices at the same time, it saves it to the cloud, so you can actually double your ads at once and get 30 instead of 15 out of each one.
That's cool. I also think, it's kind of, Dancing Lines is like an arcade game.
It's just
So,
line,
like-
just dancing line.
Yeah, sure. But for like for $2, you get like unlimited plays for 24 hours, and I'm like, that's all right.
No, it's not okay. I paid $5 for it.
How did you pay $5 for the app though?
I got a paid version, and I bought it. So I thought
And
all
you
the
still
stamina
have
would
the
go
energy
away.
thing?
Yeah,
What-
it doesn't go
That's-
away when you buy it.
But I feel like
That's
something's just not
What
right.
What happens is it doesn't automatically play ads all the time between rounds, but you still lose stamina every
so
time you
you're,
go.
like, you're willfully choosing to buy to watch the ad. It's not showing
Yeah,
you ads.
you
You're
have
choosing
to do
be
it
shown.
when I run out of stamina. If I run an ad, I get 15 stamina, so I can play 15 more times.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I need to do that when I'm practicing, when the levels are too hard and I lose 100 lives. All of a sudden, I got to watch a bunch of ads.
No, I'm with you on that. I also paid for the ad-free version.
Right.
But then I also just bought unlimited energy. But I was playing in a tournament to try to win like 10 grand. So
For your very specific situation, I would grant that is a better deal, yes.
again, I'm not bad-mouthing like any specific game in the pack, but it's still on the more positive side of monetization.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to say necessarily that there were games in the pack that might have cost you 50 cents per attempt, but perhaps that might indeed be the case.
That's not good.
That is pretty wild, actually.
That's too many cents. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but I had to practice.
I know. They reimbursed you, though, right?
Nah, but I mean, like, yes, in terms of the prize money. And, this is why you would come in 8th at Champions of Fire. And
This
end
is
up
why I
getting,
might
like,
not just go at all.
Yeah, but like, I spent like $50 total in these games. And as a result, elevated myself to like being in the top 4.
You
'Cause
literally pay to win tournament.
Well, everybody else was like, I'm not going to put $10 into this game. I'll just wing it.
They're right. They shouldn't. That's terrible.
You got to do some game theory, my dude.
No, I'm bad.
Enjoy being right and having half as much prize money as a result.
Yes, yeah.
But sticking to your principles.
Okay, change topics. What other things happened worth talking about during the course of this event? I'm sure there's at least 20 other things.
So the one thing that I'm going to touch upon, and I'm going to be delicate in the way that I do so.
Yeah.
I did see someone in chat ask if anybody talked to us about the NLSS community being so strong and present during the event, and the answer is yes. I did
Oh, that
have some
worries me.
people. I did have some people talk to me, and a lot of like from the production company and from the people running the event. Some of the people were like, dude, your community is so cool. How did you get so many people here?
Oh, I like that.
Some of the people were like, your community's being like real toxic. And I'm like, I don't think that's the case. If you've seen other Twitch streams, I think that we're fairly good natured. At least I'd like to
Who
think
said that, and where do they live?
Okay, well, that's not necessarily.
All right, it's time. No, I won't do it. Yeah, that sounds really kind of tone deaf if they didn't realize what Twitch is like.
I think it's just, the presence was like so high compared to the other people who were at the event that it occasionally maybe got a little out of hand, but
is it dickish to say that maybe though their presence was kind of low?
Yes, of course. That's very dickish.
But like,
how would that not be dickish to say?
But like,
all I'm asking for is like, don't hang me out to dry with the people I just spent all weekend with who had nothing to do with the production side of the event. You're putting me in an uncomfortable situation here. Who was your least favorite competitor at the event?
My least favorite competitor was.
You might as well just
Is he gonna say it?
No. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't have any least favorites. I think everybody played fantastically.
I found out a bunch of new people I would watch that I didn't know about before.
I mean, it is definitely not true that everybody played fantastically.
Well, there were losers. So.
Yeah, exactly. Big ones. No, but the reason that people are like, why is NL being so positive about the event? Well, there's like two reasons. Three reasons, really. One is I had a lot of fun. Two is I feel a lot of sympathy for the fact that, you know, maybe on the viewing side there were some hiccups, but on our side, like we had an easy job of mostly just sitting in the green room practicing mobile games and then collecting a fat check at the end. And then the third reason is because I just got paid money to play mobile games in a tournament setting, which is like basically a childhood dream. Is like, hey, you know this game you're playing on your phone? What if we just threw a televised tournament that you could win like potentially $10,000 at?
You didn't have a phone when you were a kid.
But you know, like a little Tiger Electronics thing or something like that.
That little thing where you shoot the bubbles up and you try to get the rings onto the plastic line. Maybe you played that.
Moreover, like everybody in the tournament was super nice. I don't know if people expected me to come back and be like, yeah, those people that were super nice to me all weekend, they were total idiots. Like, I'm not gonna just go off on them.
Yeah, fuck them, man.
Oh, you did roast the shit out of Maria.
The person put it on my microphone, put it on backwards once. After putting the microphone on 500 times over the course of 2 days.
There's a lot of intros, yeah. You did get introed probably about, I don't know, 25, 30 times.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway. How'd you get that Beach Buggy Racing t-shirt?
Oh, okay, so we went to the swag table outside of the entrance to the studio, and all I had to do was take a picture of whatever I wanted on that table and then tweet it and then put an Amazon COF hashtag. And then that was the keys to the kingdom. I could have anything I want. So I took everything that they had on the table and then I asked him, how do I get a Champions of Fire jacket with my Twitch name on the back?
No, dude, you got to participate in the event.
And then he said, I wish I could have one too. And then I got where we were at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 of those now. Well, one of them doesn't have my name on the back, but
Well, that sucks.
I also have 3 Amazon Fires, so
Tape them together. Make a... I don't know what that makes.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I probably wouldn't be the best thing for using the touchscreen, but
Yeah, maybe not.
oh, Galadon didn't get one. That
Aw,
makes
lame.
sense, I suppose. But yeah, that was Champions of Fire. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Galadon seemed great.
Everyone loved Galadon.
I'm not even I would like hang out with anybody that was at that event again.
Except...
No question. Yeah, except for Matt. But I hate that guy. I was cracking gold all weekend and he wasn't even giving me a chuckle.
It's not fair.
Yeah, that's very rude of them, to be honest with you.
Highly so.
What is Wooden Cross?
It gives you 1 Holy Mantle invincibility per floor.
Oh, all right. Well, it's better than nothing. I saw something weird on my way in when I was on the bus. You know how when you're on a bus, you're just kind of idly watching the traffic go by, and then one of these cars pulled up alongside of the bus as we were
stop you there
driving.
for a second.
Yeah, what?
Normally, I try to use my cellular telephone device to entertain myself on a long bus ride instead of just idly watching the traffic go by. But
I mean, I was listening to a podcast, looking out the window. What's the big deal?
There you go. Yeah, so he
just,
was
like,
using it.
But you could also like listen to the podcast, and then you could have like Reddit open in the background, or like.
Are you shaming me for looking outside?
Well, I mean, the way you framed it is kind of like, there's nothing else to do but look out the window.
Well, thank goodness I looked out the window because now I have a thing to say for 5 seconds. So, it's a weird moment to have a problem over.
I was just wondering if you are aware that there are other options.
Yeah.
That have recently
used
come
them.
into existence.
I do know.
You could be playing Cooking Craze during that time.
I didn't even know that I didn't want to be playing Cooking Craze at the time.
All right.
So I looked out the window, and one of those cars that pulled up next to the bus as we were driving had on the front of the dashboard about, I don't know, 35 or 40 of those little stickers you print out from like one of those label printers.
Yeah, okay.
With like all kinds of stuff written on them. I couldn't really read it, it was too far away. And then I look a little further back and I realize in the seat in front of the dashboard is a car battery. I go, all right, that's a little weird. What's going on here? Then I look a little further back, and that car battery is actually sitting in the seat of a crash test dummy in its lap.
I have lost the mental picture of this.
So as we keep zooming out, I come to realize all of the seats except the driver have crash test dummies in them, and the one in the passenger side has a car battery.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to understand what in the actual hell is going on in that car.
Maybe they need an extra car that they're going to
saying
charge
that
up.
the car was being driven by a crash test dummy hooked up to a car battery?
There was a lady in the driver's seat, but every other seat had a person that was made of plastic inside of it, and then a battery in the lap of one of them. And then like creepy label printer things on the front.
That's pretty weird.
And the plate was from Arizona. So it traveled really far like that.
Yeah.
I'm not king shaming, just don't understand. Don't have a story. I need the story? Yeah, anybody have the story for that?
I mean, you can see a lot of weird stuff in New York. Like, some guy at a bar pulled a knife on Rob, and then
Yeah.
when we left the establishment, he tried to light 2 pieces of trash on fire.
That's his friend.
I wasn't going to say it. He can say it if he wants to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
Yes, Jake did pull a knife on me at one point. Yeah, during the night, that did happen.
The Rob doesn't fall far from the tree, as far as I know.
I was very confused about what had happened. If I remember correctly, and I might not, because, you know, it was like 4 a.m, and we may have been drinking for longer than we should have.
Yeah.
But I believe that he was talking about how soft your hair was. And then
Nothing weird about that. I do that.
He asked me if I wanted some of your hair, and I was like, nah, it's all right. And then he said something along the lines of, I'll get you some of that hair. And I just saw you like smack his arm and like knock him over. And then he was immediately like, all right, fair play. I did pull a knife on you. Fair play.
Yes. Yeah, no, that did in fact happen. Yeah, no, that's...
Right.
Honestly, that's pretty par for the course in interacting with Jake.
Okay.
So, yeah. But again, like I mentioned in Skype chat, and I hope that story comes across well for the people in Twitch chat as well, that it lends a bit of credence to my stories of my wild youth, as he is a man that I would hang out with a great deal in high school.
Did you not get any of that hair?
I don't want that hair, dude.
You should have given... I mean, he had the knife. He was ready to chop it off.
Well, I mean, I feel like he would have just said,
This is
like,
how
I'm going
stories
to take
happen.
a knife out and get some of your hair. But he just, like, pulled it on you.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of credit to you. Like, you reacted with the animal part of your brain. Like, there was no, like, hey, is that a knife? What are you doing? It was just an instant, like, disarm, like, get out of my face sort of thing.
You did the Mac attitude. You, like, totally blocked him out.
It might be not the first time I've had a knife pulled on.
By Jake.
Possibly by Jake as well, yes.
Yes, okay. This is the same guy. Again, I don't want to, blow up his own spot too hard. But after we left the establishment, we were like, hey, is there a place we can get some pizza? And he just kept walking, and he's like, oh, you want to find the best pizza in New York, huh? Yeah, I know a place. And then we walked for, like, it was probably like 15 minutes. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible, but it felt like 10 hours. And
it was not.
Like,
I think he said
was like,
200 blocks on Skype.
it was a long time. Either way, we walked for a long time, and then he was like, "Here it is, the best pizza in New York," and it was a taco truck. And then we were like, well, "This isn't pizza." And he's like, "Yeah, but anything you want, you can get here." And we were like, "Well, we don't have American cash." And he's like, well, American cash is like an ATM. It's just around the block. Follow me. And that's when I had just had it at that point. I was livid.
Did you get any American cash, though?
No, absolutely not, because he had betrayed the terms of the original agreement and lied to us, and then tried to get us to double down on going someplace else. So I said, no, I'm going back to the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will admit that he brought you to, he did.
He's a bamboozling.
He was trying initially to get you guys to go to the Mexican food truck, and then you guys did say, no, we want pizza, not Mexican food.
Wait,
so in our defense, he offered us
Yeah.
under honest pretense to take us to this spot. And then when we declined, he just said
He still did it anyway.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So you're
Just
telling me
making
there
sure.
was no pizza at that truck?
There was no pizza at that.
There may not
What?
be any pizza in New York for for the experience that I had.
One thing that I will say about that whole experience, though, is that you guys whined for walking 10 blocks so many times.
Oh, because we walked 10 blocks multiple times.
Yeah, but 10 blocks is nothing.
That's walking 10 blocks is the reason that every time we got to a place, they were like, "It's last call." That and arguing over whether we should go to the Upper East Side or the Lower East Side joint. Well, the Upper East Side, you know, they got nicer. The Lower East Side, though, around it, it's got, and it's on the corner of Alphabet City and 95 Street.
What,
you know, like
what's happening? Right? Are you saying words?
I'm doing my impression of a New Yorker at this point.
Yeah, we don't say many words.
It's true. Yeah,
We do pull knives though, with the best of them.
that is also true. Yes.
Apparently true.
Yeah, that does happen. Does tend to, sometimes. Yeah, no, I mean, you know, there was the I just want, like, I wanted
No,
to
first, I need to defend myself in chat, because all the chads in chat right now are like, 10 blocks is nothing. 10 blocks at 5 a.m. after you walk 10 blocks at 1 a.m. and 10 blocks at 10 p.m. Starts to fucking add up, okay? Starts to add up.
Wow, you got some edge going on right now.
it was a contentious night, I will say.
Because all we wanted was some goddamn pizza.
Well, you didn't get a
Nobody would
knife
let
pulled.
us eat at a pizza place that was open. They always said, "Oh, don't go to that place. It sucks. We'll go and take you to this place." Nobody looks at their phone to see if the place that they want to go to is actually open. And then
I
when it's
would've looked at my
closed, they
phone.
go, "Oh, well, in my defense, it is really late."
Hey, look, I will say, in my defense,
It was
like,
really late.
It was really late. I'll give you that.
It was 5 a.m. Yeah, I mean,
But just check on the phone. See when the
You were gonna
pizza
find
place-
an all-night hot pot. What happened to that story?
We just ran out of time, basically. Like, 'cause we were
I was-
on the
I
clock
was
so much.
Like, here's what was basically happening. I had offered like 5 or 6 locations at reasonable times, and then my expectations were like,
Yeah.
like, hey, it's 5 a.m. in Chelsea. What's within 3 blocks? Because we don't want to walk very far. That is delicious food. It's like, I don't fucking know. You were
Type it into your phone.
but like, you want like good shit. And
I don't care. I went to bed. I was so hungry. I went to bed. I woke up at 9 a.m. It was
never
like
ate?
a husk there was no food to be had. So what happened after that is like we were just trying to get any matter inside of our body. Could not be done in like North America's second largest city at this
I
time.
don't like that.
So we went back to the hotel, and then David was like, I think there's a pizza place like a block away. And I was like, you know what? I've seen it, and it said 24 hours, so I know you're right. But then Kate was like, I'm too tired. And I was like, it's really going to bite us if we don't eat this pizza. And she's like, I'm too tired. So we didn't eat any pizza, and it did end up biting us, but we survived.
Rod, that's not being a good steward of New York to let our guests leave hungry.
I
did you do?
tried. I tried my best. I mean, there was a Raise around the corner from the barcade, and I offered for that too. But you know,
Wasn't there a gyro truck?
My perspective, we didn't have any American cash.
Oh.
Nobody told us to get American cash because we were trying to get a little.
I would have given you American cash. That's no problem at all.
That doesn't help me in
I
hindsight.
know I wasn't there.
Like,
It's my own fault, but
It's not your fault. I'm just saying the situation. Of course, there were many solutions
I don't
to the
want you to
situation.
be hungry.
The situations just become more difficult to resolve at 5 a.m.
That's true. They do. And when you're drunk, also.
Also true. I'll give you that.
Hi,
that'll be
Lynn.
difficult. Hi, Lynn.
Happy
So my
birthday.
impression of New York is
Happy birthday.
My impression of New York is that New Yorkers spend like 90% of their life being in transit. That's
Yeah.
how
I
that's
really
how
wanted to
finished.
avoid that. I agree. They do.
we have a term for it actually. That is I've learned is unique to New York when I was researching the video for Civicta's video of shit New Yorkers say.
Yeah.
Schlep.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm familiar with the term.
Yeah. Yeah, but that is true. We spend a lot of it. Like I would see there was a pizza place called Artichokes, which is actually very good pizza at Union Square. But I knew if I had brought that up after Ace Bar, you guys were like, we're not walking, 15 blocks to get pizza at 5 a.m.
Of course not, because every block takes like 2 minutes to walk.
But it's not. It's really not that far. Like
That's 30 minutes at 4:30 in the morning. That's too far.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you run the math? Did you see what your destination time would be at that point?
No, because they don't look it up.
The sun would be up,
They
I think.
never look it up.
We got to get you a phone, Rob.
I have a phone.
They can't.
It's 5 a.m.
My theory right now is that if you're a New Yorker, you can only take out your phone if there's not another New Yorker within like the same group as you. Because if you take out your phone and they don't, they punked you. They're a better New Yorker than you are because they don't need their phone, and you have now been made to be the beta New Yorker in the group.
I think you're
to
right.
be honest with you, that's like very true.
Yeah.
That is pretty much entirely the case. Like, here's the thing too, is that I've mentioned this before, but people are always afraid to ask for directions. If you're in New York City, if you're ever in New York City, don't ever be afraid to ask for directions, because every New Yorker will tell you very specific details about
something up though.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna bring up a question.
Yeah.
How many times did we walk in the wrong direction towards something?
Actually, we walked one time in the wrong direction towards a Joe's Pizza, but honestly, I blame Jason Letterman. I don't know if you're watching the show right now, but he
might be. He liked one of my tweets about the show, so he might be watching.
He said he knew where we were going, and then he didn't. I followed him, and you know what? Ultimately, that was a poor decision.
Can I ask you where Jason Lederman is from?
Yeah. Actually, I think originally he's not from New York, he was saying.
See, look, it's all one big game when you live in New York of who's the real New Yorker.
I'm just saying.
Oh, the other New Yorker who's originally from, Hoboken actually got the address wrong. It wasn't me.
No, but yeah, no, but anyway, yes, back to what I was saying, the details. Like, every New Yorker wants to show off how much they know about New York, so if you ever need directions, everyone will tell you. In fact, if you ask one person and someone overhears, someone else might come up and chime in and tell you
and override them, and then they'll get in a fight.
Yeah, that can happen too. Yeah, that'll happen.
Like, to be straight up, I did not get an accurate impression of New York because we were at the event for so long every single day.
Yeah.
So I did not leave and go like, I'm never going back to this town again. I was like, this place is cool. If maybe we could start our night before 11 p.m. and have time to actually like eat and maybe consume some adult beverages, that would be ideal. Mm-hmm. That would be like a more representative example of what it's like to live in New York. But yeah. I left with a certain opinion of New Yorkers, which is not even bad, just proud. New Yorkers are extremely prideful.
Very much true. Yes, that's not something that you came away with falsely.
Not necessarily impolite.
Yeah, I don't know why New York has that reputation of impoliteness, because that's not the case. Very prideful. Yes, absolutely.
All right, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
When I was getting on the E train going back to the bus station, like, it was the most crowded train I have ever been on. There was not any room to stand, to the point where people were squishing each other, and everyone was still polite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, people are very polite in the city.
Except for when I needed to get off the train, and people needed to get on the train more than I needed to get off. Yeah. And I was stuck in this awful torrent of there's so many people coming at me, I can never leave. And I was really worried the train was about to leave without me getting off it.
That happens everywhere, and it's annoying. Even like, Canadians have a reputation for politeness. You get off the Vancouver train, 100 people will try to squeeze their way in before you get off. And you're like, there's an easier way to do this.
Yeah, it's just bad etiquette. Everybody knows the rule. You get off the train before the people get on. I don't know why they didn't follow the rule.
It's competing anxiety. Like, the people on the platform are like, the train might leave without me.
Yeah.
The people in the train are like, well, the train might leave with me still in it. The train might leave with me.
But isn't my problem a worse problem than theirs? Because if they fuck theirs up, they just wait for another train. If I fuck mine up, I got to go on another train.
Absolutely true. Doesn't happen in Japan? Okay, I think you are correct.
Well, that's nice.
But in Vancouver, I've also never had anybody on the train say, "Why are you hiding, white pejorative?" And then...
All right.
I'm not saying
that's not good.
racism doesn't exist here, but there's less racism against me specifically. So
Right, okay, yeah.
that is, that impacts my own experience. Haha, get wrecked, Gaijin. Correct,
Oh,
yes.
jeez.
GG, Japan carried. Anyway. Yeah, like we've talked about this multiple times, but like my impression, not necessarily of people in Boston, but my impression of like waitstaff in Boston is that they are actually rude, and that's part of like the thing. That's like part of the charm of Boston. It's just like, oh, if you're too much of a soft baby, then get away. And I guess I'm too much of a soft baby. I didn't leave with that impression in New York. I was like, businesses operate as they seem to be supposed to operate here.
Yeah, New York doesn't dom you nearly as hard as Boston does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Some people like that kind of thing. I guess I'm not really into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The service in New York is definitely, on the whole, better than Boston, I would say. Sort of inarguably.
Do you have what cities does New York have a rivalry with? Is it Philly?
Chicago?
Philly and Boston, actually, both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of them. Probably more Boston because of the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And then also the Jets and the Patriots, but then that's really not much of a rivalry, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
well,
very
look,
dismissive.
I'm just being honest. We don't really contend with them at all.
They're just really bad, huh?
Yeah, the Jets are typically.
Well, I'll throw I'm not trying to badmouth anybody else's city. I'll throw my hat in for New York. I'll be on the New York side of the argument for now.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Jets fans. Everyone hates you, I guess. Sorry.
I'm a Jets fan, and life is hard, is all I'll say about the whole situation, really. But, what are you going to do? Such is life. In the next couple of years, once Tom Brady retires and Bill Belichick retires, then, maybe things are going to be on the up for us.
Do you guys like actually hate your city rivals, or is it like they're not as good as us, but I'd still take them over, California?
There's like a weird thing where we definitely hate we 100% hate
I
them.
unironically just despise them.
Yes, but it's for some reason it is
the hell's
only
this?
when they're playing for that team. So
It's like 100% like a sports thing.
What is huge growth?
Yeah.
There's
so
a new
like,
card. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, that's been in since like last January, but
Oh,
it is new. It's one of the newer cards.
huge
I'll give you
growth.
that.
It has a different graphic and everything.
There was a funny thing that happened recently where Eli Manning got benched on the Giants. And in the NFL subreddit, the people coming out in full force to defend Eli were not just Giants fans, but also Philly fans and Cowboys fans and Redskins fans who historically, hate Eli Manning.
Yeah.
So, there's almost like a brotherhood in hatred.
That's nice.
Towards rivalries.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That's some kind of hateful brotherhood.
The enemy of your enemy is your friend, right? That's the way you do it.
Basically,
Something like that.
Well, like the way we are here is like, I don't know. Like Vancouver's rivals are Calgary, Edmonton, Portland, and Seattle, and maybe Toronto, like long term. But if we're like they're playing soccer against each other, I'm like, man, I fucking hate Portland.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, where do you want to go? Like we got a week off this August. How about Portland? That sounds lovely. Like we kind of have like we love to hate them.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you mentioned Calgary. There's like a story about a rock in Calgary that just came up the other day. I don't know if you heard about this, but I guess there's this one rock, and cars just keep flipping over on it. And
they should get rid of it. Nenshi, what are you doing? You got to get that rock out of here, man.
That's the thing. They're gonna get rid of the rock, and now there's a movement of people who want them not to get rid of the rock. And I just think that's so quaint.
I mean, Calgary is like, it's a big city. It's not like a little baby town.
Right.
As much as I would love to suggest that it is.
I'm just saying, like, what do you think about the rock? Should they keep it?
I mean, if cars keep flipping over the rock, I think they should get rid of the rock. But I can't help but feel that if anybody wants to keep it, there must be some kind of, like, cultural reason.
I think they just like how funny it is that people keep flipping over.
It's a really good way to, like, you know, figure out who's a local and who isn't, I guess.
Well, it's very clearly marked. It's got yellow curbs, and there's, like, a big thing next to it that stops the cars, and yet they keep flipping over it, so clearly they're not getting the point.
Is it, like, on the road?
No. It's off in a parking lot in, like, in this part of a turnaround thing. They have no business getting near that rock. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, it's just a real silly story. I don't know.
Situation.
Made me laugh in a nice way.
People think it's a ramp, apparently, is what Chad said.
It's a ramp. It doesn't look at all like a ramp. It looks like a pointy rock.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's silly.
We have you know, like in Calgary and Edmonton, we're like, hey, how's it going, rednecks? How you enjoying the, you know, $40 a barrel oil price? Pretty sweet, right? And they're like, how are you enjoying your $1.4 million house that was built in like 1970 out of wax paper and bamboo? And you're like, yeah, you're right. you got us. You got us good, you motherfuckers.
Someone in the NLSS Circle Jerk should quote Ryan as saying, yeah, we should get rid of the rock.
Hey, this guy's just gunning for a promotion while I'm gone. That's all.
I'm just saying, you know, that's some free karma right there is all I'm saying.
I looked up Calgary Rock. It looks nothing like a ramp.
Yeah,
Can we just get a straight answer on this story about why people are driving into this rock?
I really couldn't tell you. It's stupid.
Is it like, so people see it because it's got the hazard stuff around it, but they still drive into it?
As far as I know, yeah.
But why?
It looks like it's in an island in a parking lot, and then people go around the island, but somehow they cut their wheel too sharp, and then they cut into the rock. And then they're up on their side.
Oh, they drive into their rock because they don't know where their wheels are. I see.
But we all know that the wheels on the bus go round and round, so...
I get if you're like, I want to avoid this roadkill skunk in the road, so I need to know where my wheels are. But with this particular situation, I don't know how the wheels get off the road. The rock's not on the road.
Mm-hmm. He almost never is, yeah. He usually has people drive him.
But he was in the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
So
he was barely on the road. He was kind of going sideways over the road most of the time.
Multi-track drifting.
Yeah.
It's an obvious rock to not hit. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Dennis hit a rock once while I was in the car.
What?
As far as like accidents go, that's probably like the most minor one you could imagine.
Yeah, I mean the reason that he hit the rock is less than minor in that
smoking crack or something.
No, but like basically Dennis does this thing where if he's driving, he will have one hand on the wheel and one hand on the radio. Yeah, and
I don't like that.
We'll listen to maybe 20 seconds of each song, and then
does he drive a stick shift or an automatic?
It's an automatic car.
Okay, because otherwise I'd be like impressed, but also concerned.
They removed the rock yesterday? No, that's probably why I saw the story then, because it was updated because they removed it, but I never saw that part.
I mean, I think that's a good thing then.
Oh, the history of the rock is... All right, sorry,
the history of the property damage done by that rock cannot be erased. You've done it again, Nenshi. Nenshi's the mayor of Calgary.
I'm nostalgic for the rock. I'm sad it's gone.
The NLSS curse strikes again.
Yeah.
Wait, is the rock gonna die now?
No!
Because that would suck. I would hate that.
You kept making it about the Rock Johnson. I made it about a freaking piece of stone.
Yeah, and it's already dead. So
Well, does a stone ever really live?
That's a fair point. And
Seems like
you
a
know,
question I should know the answer to.
yeah, I mean, like by the literal way, no.
Correct.
What about igneous?
Did you say igneous?
Yeah. Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, I said igneous. Igneous
All right.
rock.
Okay, I was just making sure, you know. Yeah, that sounds cool.
So that's like the news in Calgary,
Yeah, that sounds fun.
is that there's a rock that people can't stop flipping their cars over. So you can see why we make fun of them. And then they're like,
don't know.
hey, how is it to have 4 people every day die of a fentanyl overdose? And you're like,
Oh.
you know what? That's too far. You've gone too far with the joke now, and you've taken it out
Yeah.
of joke territory. It was a joke that was at your expense, and now it's at our expense, and I don't appreciate that.
I like news like there's a rock that cars flip over, because if you know the news that I'm getting used to, I really want simple stuff again.
Yeah.
Not gonna make it about
Nick
that, but
is very disappointed that Russia got banned from the 2018 Olympics.
it's a problem, and I'm worried about it. I don't know what that's gonna mean for the world stage.
Yeah, I mean, well, we saw how that worked out with Germany in the 1930s.
Did we see that, or was that seen?
Someone saw
I
it.
mean,
I hope.
you know, it was seen.
It was a scene.
Wait, but what happened?
Rob didn't see it. He doesn't know.
No, but
Yeah,
I mean, like,
sure, I wasn't there.
Did they run the Olympics during World War II?
Just before.
Like, I know that there's the Jesse Owens Olympics in like 36 or whatever, but like in 1940, did they run the Olympics? Surely not.
I highly doubt it. I mean,
Wait, wasn't there the story about, was it Jesse Owens, the runner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was World War II, wasn't it?
that was
They
just
would not
before World
have
War
the
II.
Olympics
Oh.
in Berlin in the middle of World War II, you madman.
But I thought that's why it was a big deal, because he ran anyway.
No.
That would be, the IOC is like, well, things are a little contentious in Europe right now, but sure, we'll throw them to Berlin.
All right. I guess that's a fair point.
Oh my God.
So the Olympics were though like in 1936. That's crazy, actually.
It is, like, it's extremely close.
Yeah, that's like months before.
All right, so I wasn't that crazy then.
Well, but like, sort of.
Months before? Come on.
Well, I mean, it depends, I guess, on when you consider the Second World War to have started. Because the traditional date is 39. But
Uh-huh.
it's also kind of like, isn't that like that's when England declared war? England and France declared war on Germany. But before that, you know, the Third Reich was kind of like, we're just going to take this country. And then
They don't
you're like, all right,
need to
but
keep
don't
doing
do
that.
it again.
Stop that.
3 years is months.
If
Well,
it's a baby.
If it's a baby, that's exactly what I was going to
Right,
say, yeah.
exactly, yeah.
When do you stop calling your baby X amount of months old?
Yeah.
I would say 2 years.
Is there a rule?
If I, you know, ever end up at that point in my life, I'm going to say 2 years.
But wouldn't
I
it
ever
be
say
cool
my
if it
baby
was a
is-
minion, though?
If I ever say my baby is 25 months old, not okay. Some people in chat are saying 1 year, and I'm like, nah. That's like every month at that point is 8% of a baby's life. That's an insane amount of time. So if they're like, if someone wants to say their baby is like 14 months old, I'm like, I get it.
Why don't you just say half a year? Why do you have to say it in the amount of months?
Because I just don't like the way Americans measure things.
I think I don't either. I'm trying to understand it.
But half a year, I have to do something in my head. If you say half a year, in my head, I'm gonna go 6 months. I got. You're making me do a conversion.
You don't stop at half a year? Because I can stop there. I hear
But what
half
if-
a year, I just know what that means. I don't have to think about it.
I gotta do the translation in my head.
Okay, so you think in terms of months. That's why it's a problem for you.
Well, then why don't you say your baby is a quarter of a year?
I'm
old?
thinking in terms of years, so for me,
Why don't
that's
you
my
answer
stopping
Why
point.
don't you answer the question if you're
Yeah?
if you believe so firmly in it? Why don't you say your baby is a quarter? It's 3/4 of 1 year
I don't know.
old.
At 3 months old, nobody's talking about how old your baby
What
is.
are you talking? I
Are
disagree
they?
with this on principle.
They're still
Well-
like bedridden, aren't they?
Ivanka's baby on Twitter had its birthday at 9 months, so I mean, really, it's just up to the
I did see that.
yeah, it's just sort of up to the person at that point, I think.
I really like, and this is an enduring Champions of Fire story, when we were at the after party for Champions of Fire, and And it was like relatively low key and fun. And then, not that it would ever stop being fun, Amazon, if you're watching, but the vibe changed. It was like we felt like a pressure in the air almost, like some kind of supersonic wave. Yeah, something like it had passed over us, and then mere seconds later, a group of young ladies next to us got up on our table and started singing Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Yeah, and Rob just looked at us and said, "This is what happens when yuppies get drunk." And I was like, that's such a good expression. I loved it, with the way you said it. With such disdain, but also resignation in your voice.
It's very accepting of it, yeah.
I thought you could feel their kill ambition, which is where the pressure in the air comes from, usually.
Yeah, that's when they're thirsting. When the hunger appears.
Thirsting usually means something different when people are drunk, doesn't it?
I think it means something different at all times.
Oh.
And by something different, I mean it means the same thing at all times, and it means you got a big old boner.
What are they thirsting for if you got a boner? I don't get that.
What do you? They're thirsting for liquid, aren't they?
They're thirsting for some sort of a liquid.
Yeah, it's some aqueous solution.
All right.
Because I'm with you, like. I mean, I might be a yuppie. I'm kind of straddling the line.
You're a yuppie,
definitely. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll live with it. I've had times where like I've gotten drunk and I'm like, people be like, "What do you want to listen to?" And I'm like, "You got to put on this Cool G rap song where he talks about killing a dude in a taxi cab."
That's not cool at all.
And then like, never once have I been like, "I gotta hear Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" right now." Not only do I have to hear it, but other people have to hear me hearing it. That's too far.
That's a bridge too low.
Yeah, absolutely. And you would know, City of Bridges.
Mm-hmm. Very much so, yeah. Lots of bridges in this city.
I'm finishing up this run. It's close.
That's fine. I'm having a duel right now.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no. That whole crowd was fun.
They were cutting loose. I mean, we were cutting loose too.
Yeah.
It was also a very rude awakening, and I've had this happen at multiple events where it's like it's an open bar, and everyone's like, "This place is cool," and then the open bar ends. David came back.
Not cool anymore.
He's like, "Bottled beer is $11 a bottle."
No.
And we went, "Okay,
goodbye.
Go. See you later."
Mm-hmm.
That's too expensive for any beer.
That's a lot of money for a bottle.
I was complaining about what was it, $7 beer at the place we went to? That's like way worse.
A $7 beer is essentially like a normal city price at this point.
I don't like that either. Beer should be like $3.
That is unreasonable.
That is probably unreasonable.
A $3 pint of beer is like an illegal establishment.
I was thinking a bottle because we were just saying bottles, but...
Wow, that's fine. It's still, that's like... that place is doing something. They're not paying their tax.
$5 pint, I'm okay with.
That is, I would describe that as on the cheap side.
Yeah.
$5 pint of a regular average beer, nothing special. I don't have much more to qualify this with, so I hope this is going okay.
That's like during happy hour or something.
No, that's just what I want it to cost all the time. Is that unreasonable that I want affordable beer?
The way you phrase the question makes it impossible for me to give you my honest answer. Yeah. It's not unreasonable, but I think it is not in keeping with the current market trends.
Freaking inflation.
I started talking like this once I came back to New York. You know.
This is right, yeah. It comes with the territory.
If only I'd slipped into this Woody Allen impression at not such an inopportune time for it, you know. That's like when we were at... I gotta be delicate with this one. When we were at Joe's Shanghai, eating some soup dumplings, which were delicious, by the way. There was a wall behind us of famous people that have eaten us at...
They've eaten you?
They've eaten at Joe's Shanghai, okay? The soup dumplings place. And there was like Justin Long, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Jake Gyllenhaal, and the place that I sat next to was Brett Ratner.
Wow.
Like, you guys got to take that photo down. He's going down. He's about to eat. Gal Gadot, not Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot,
different people. Just issued an ultimatum that was like, if you don't cut Brett Ratner from this stuff, I'm not gonna be in Wonder Woman anymore. I'm like, you gotta take down that Brett Ratner photo, man.
Did you just try to say Galadon and did it really badly?
Did I call him Calgadon? Look, okay, no disrespect, man, but literally, I met him after the event started, so I was like, I had other things on my mind at the time.
The Epic of Galgadon.
And now I've realized that for the past like 4 days, I've called him Galgadon. So that's my mistake.
Galgadon.
But anyway,
How long do they have to take that Brett Ratner down? Do you think they got like a week or two?
Well, I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not gonna be like, hey, did you know that guy is? Because who knows? Maybe he's like Brett Ratner's biggest fan or something.
Doesn't that mean you should absolutely tell him, because you don't want to be the fan of a dude you don't know what he did?
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's a really big fan of the sexual harassment things that he did.
Oh, shit.
That's the thing, is you never know, dude. It's
so you're
2017.
worried about offending him for that?
Well, I just don't want him to spit in my soup dumplings.
Mm-hmm. I'll wait until you got him on the table and pull him aside.
Which were delicious, by the way.
No thanks to Brett Ratner.
No thanks to Brett Ratner, probably.
Soup dumplings are definitely interesting, though. They're a weird, sort of a unique experience.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it really is a dumpling full of soup.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was a wonderful
Doesn't it
food.
burn your chin?
Yeah, it's real hot.
Yeah, yeah.
But you bite into it, and then you get scalding hot soup on your chin, and then it burns. That seems like a bad setup.
I mean, you shouldn't get it in your chin. You should get it on your mouth, like in your mouth.
It's gonna go in your mouth. It's gonna squish out. A little bit's gonna run down your chin.
You bite, and you kind of form like a little seal.
And then you go.
And yeah, you slurp the soup out. That's what I was told, at least.
It's like eating an oyster.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Huh. I'm going off of my wonton experience. This is where I'm getting this.
See, I think that the optimal way to eat the soup dumpling is you put it on the little spoon thing that they give you.
Yeah.
And then you bite off the top.
Yeah.
And then you suck out the soup.
Is it a special spoon?
I mean, it's like the same kind of spoon you get for like ramen or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those, like, it's shallow.
It's an Asian soup spoon.
Yeah, I gotcha.
The wide spoon.
I was getting excited because anytime there's a specific utensil for a type of food, I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Let's see what's going on over here.
See, I was not told about biting the top and sucking the soup out.
Mm-hmm.
What I did, and what I was told by the other New Yorker we were with, I bit the side.
I would have bit the side too,
out, which works fine, except for the fact that
you spill the soup everywhere.
The soup spills out unless you suck it all out. I guess if you bite off the top, then it stays in the little cubby hole. So
what does it say about us that we immediately decide the side is the way to go?
No, I was told. I was told to bite the top by another dude, my friend Jay we were hanging out with, he went to school at NYU. So I was like, this is a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about.
He checked his credibility and everything.
It worked, but there was a better way, supposedly.
Yeah. You definitely eat it from the top. Mother, this fucking guy has so many traps. I'm so mad.
Get your blue eyes black dragon out.
I would like to.
See your blue eyes white dragon here.
I'm done with Isaac at this point, so
Dude,
whenever
I would
you're
love
ready.
to be done with Isaac as well. I feel you on
You
that.
can just press the little X in the top right corner that takes
but
care
I'm
of
like
that for you.
on the chest, so it's
right.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, who knows what happens when you beat the game, right? I mean, it could be anything.
Well, it's more like I don't want to, because then it interrupts my whole workflow. Like if I start to do an Isaac episode and it goes continue, and then if I go new game, it ends the streak, and then it's just it's a whole fucking thing.
Oh, I want to kill everyone.
Don't do that.
I just want them all dead. Every single one.
We live in a cooperative society, Rob.
Sort of.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. But not on my lawn.
Yeah. As long as you don't like I'm happy to help anybody if they like want directions or something like that. But if they ever want any of the resources that I've accrued in my life to help them in unfair situations, then sorry. Get off of my lawn.
Right. Yeah, no, that's
any
fair.
of the resources. So you're saying food, money, liquids,
oxygen, water, yeah.
You
calories,
wouldn't give them oxygen if they were drowning.
Is it my oxygen?
Yeah, yes, it's your oxygen.
I wouldn't give them oxygen.
You pulled them out of the lake. They've basically drowned as far as you know, but you know CPR, you could bring them back.
If they're taking society's oxygen, more power to you.
You're the only one there, and you could save their life by breathing oxygen into their lungs to get the water out. You choose not to?
How am I going to breathe oxygen into their lungs?
You pinch the nose and you blow in.
Am I photosynthesizing right now without my realization?
Do you own the oxygen in your own lungs?
Nicholas.
Yeah.
We breathe in oxygen. We breathe out carbon dioxide.
Well, why do people blow into the mouth?
I thought it was just so that you would like be. It's like a smelling salt for someone's bad breath. That you'd be like dead, and then you'd be like.
No, you're right about the carbon dioxide thing, but now I'm starting to think, what's the actual purpose? There is a purpose because it's actually a thing.
I guess it's like
dislodges the water, so they cough.
Nah, it's like you don't use like 100% of the oxygen when you breathe
inefficiency.
In, unless you were like, I guess, holding your breath for like a really, really long time.
You breathe out 60% O2 or something.
Really?
That's like way more than I thought.
It's about like 59% more than I thought.
CPR is all compressions now?
We only use 59% of the 14% of the oxygen we breathe in. See, and that's why we should never let the government handle oxygen, because it's so inefficient.
Just destroyed my argument for whether you own your own oxygen or not.
I just want this run to end. Please get out of here.
I just want this man's deck to not exist.
This person is a ton of credibility, too, is a respiratory therapist. Like, everything you say, I'm going to probably believe.
I've been a respiratory therapist. Hey, Doc, I'm not feeling so good. Take a deep breath. There you go. Get out of my office. That'll be $100, please.
You breathe in 21% oxygen, but breathe out 17%, so at least you're giving them some oxygen.
Yeah, but what have they done for me?
It forces the lungs to compress when you stop breath, so the water is pushed out / activates the coughing reflex. Huh. Thanks for the tips. I love when we learn stuff on the NLSS. It's cool.
I hate it.
It happens from time to time. Like, I learned that the guy's name is not Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it's not Muhammad Ali. Yeah,
it's Muhammad. And
Ali,
then you take a second, you'd have some respiratory therapy, and then you go, Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Ali.
Oh, come on, Ali. No more minions, speak please from this moment.
Wait, I'm not done talking about minions yet.
I missed all that.
Oh, he really said that.
I was backstage during the minion conversation. But dude, so like you want to transition like instantly into golf, essentially a seamless transition here.
Awesome. Sure, yeah.
Are you not going to run ads?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
I mean, I was thinking about it, but we are also like 20 minutes late, so maybe I'll just run like a lot of ads later.
That's well, you can only run 3 minutes, really, so.
Like 10 minutes left in segment 1. Better start a new Isaac run.
I'm sorry.
Like
I thought it was
30 minutes.
What do you want, golf with your friends or Azazel? Or golf with your friends?
Yeah, I'll pick Azazel.
Yeah, I'll take Azazel.
Golf Magazine presents 36 great holes starring Fred Couples. Golf's best, St. Andrews, the home of golf.
Golf with your friends, then?
Works for me.
Okay.
Golf Japan training.
I love Japan
teach
training.
You Japanese language while you play golf? What is that?
The one thing I will say about the host, I'm sure not every joke landed. Mm-hmm. However, they were upstage. And I mean up on stage for like 24 hours talking about stuff that they're like probably saw like 2 days earlier. So I have a little bit of sympathy. And when people are like being really hard on them, I'm like, it had a tough job.
There's two sides to the story. On one hand, it was a little ridiculous that so many of the jokes were just nothing. They kind of forgot who many of the people were. But the other side of the story is like, there's something funny to say, right? Like, lean into the funny stuff. If you're going to go, let's talk about minions, let's just talk about minions for like a half an hour. Do that.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Whoa.
How's it going, Austin?
It's going good.
I hate so much. I have so much hate in my heart.
Did you lose in?
No, not at all yet. And it's very frustrating that I haven't lost yet or won. Just choose one enemy. I would like that. I would like one of those.
I'm just gonna like stop. Get on golf, you madman.
I'm getting on golf. What golf are we playing?
Golf with your friends?
Jolf?
Oh, okay.
So,
How's it going, Austin?
Jolf?
going good. It's going. How you doing?
Play some Jolf?
I'm doing well. I can't speak today apparently, but I'm working.
It happens, you know. I can't speak any day,
Oh.
so just normal for me.
I can't seem to speak.
I worry about the splitation.
Apparently, there's been a berry blurtation. Yeah, so maybe there's a new course. Nope, but it is like it's snowing in Golf Town.
Mine's loading right now.
We're in the era now where all of the Steam games need to update so they can add snow to the main menus.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They probably also have a thing hooked up with the like holiday sale maybe, and it'll be something card-wise usually.
You guys got a course preference? Is there a course we almost never play normal golf on? Is it forest?
I mean, we play that.
Do we always do weird forest?
Usually.
Yeah, we played a lot of these ones. Not that that's a problem. I mostly like all of these courses.
Oh, dude, Corey is setting me up for a Steam bit that I did in his chat last night. So I was browsing the upcoming releases on Steam. Here's one for you, Nick. I think this one might be up your alley.
I like Alley's.
This one is called Milky Boobs.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that today. You're shooting a bunch of ladies on the beach with a shitload of milk.
All the hot babes went crazy, and there's only one thing that can cool them down. Your cool, thick, and extra juicy milk. Mmm.
I love the gun. It's got like an injection of milk on the side of it, and you shoot it and splats out everywhere.
The summer has come, and what could be better than to relax at the beach and watch some gorgeous ladies playing volleyball? But then shit got real. Maybe it was the sun. Maybe it was because of too many mojitos on the beach. Maybe it was out of feminism. And I was shrugging. But suddenly, all the beautiful girls went crazy and got too hot. Now there's only one thing that can cool them down. Milk. Lots, with an apostrophe between the T and the S of lots. Lots of cool and extra juicy milk. Good thing that you always have your milk blaster with you, and you are ready to rescue humanity by cooling down some hot babes.
When you hit them, they ragdoll, I think, too, so they go everywhere.
So yeah, let's have Hafu on the show. It's a great idea.
You don't think Hafu likes milky babes?
We're not going to call an audible and invite someone to the show mid-show. The way it's got to go, and I'm very open to it, but I got to talk to them for like at least a half hour beforehand and be like, just so you know, like, here's what we do. And
maybe watch one, you know.
Yeah, like maybe watch 15 minutes and get the vibe, and it's okay.
I know that our actions don't necessarily speak to this, but I think an underlying way to think about this is that the NLSS is not really a guest show. We just have a recurring group of people, and sometimes someone falls in by accident.
True.
And it can be good. Justin's integrated very well recently, I thought. Justin understands, but you gotta almost like
we have to release him back to the wild.
You gotta do like a soft lead in and be like, "This is what the show's about." Like someone might say, you know, splurtjism. They might say, you know, what would be a great name for a lizard?
Splurtjism. Yeah.
Yeah. I need you in the game as well, Nicholas.
Oh, see, I didn't know that you had a
splurtjism.
The room going on here. I was wondering what was going on here.
So what's going to happen, you asked?
All right.
On your quest to wet the babes, you should be prepared for the following.
Protect the beach babes.
Protect the
I've
beach
always
babes.
wanted to go on a quest to wet the babes.
Protect the beach babes from overheating. Discover the hidden high school booby base.
Oh.
Take a cooling break in a beach resort. Refresh more booby babes than you could ever dream of. Find new cool milk blaster and many new locations that desperately need your protection.
I like this
Baba
password.
had a baby, it's a booby baby.
There's another one, I believe. Yep, there it is. It's called Daddy's Girls.
Nope, no.
When Alice and Emma grew older, their relationships with their dearly loved daddy turned into something much more.
No.
Something unexpected and yet secretly long wished for.
No.
Did you see the one where it's like a little boy and he dates these grown cat men?
I did not.
That sounds
think
fantastic.
I think I bookmarked it so I could go back to it later. I'll look for it in a minute.
One sec. I gotta start my royalty-free classical music here.
I get to sleep.
By the way, like as we load into Forest here, I am going to potentially read more of these. Is everybody taking forever to load?
Yeah, it's taking a while.
You went a bit robot-y there for a
You
second.
did go robot.
Now I'm in though.
He's probably alt tabbing. It's my guess.
Hello.
The textures look
hello.
like way sharper now or something.
Still robot-y or not robot-y?
You're
No,
good.
you're
Not
good.
robot-y.
Ah, sick.
Bit of a
All right.
hard shot there, Ryan.
The responsibility towards his little girls was what made, and I wish it wasn't his name, but it is, was what made Ryan be on track. Alice and Emma were all he had, and he has yet to understand that they were also all he ever needed. After passing
That's
the age
true.
of 30, having two pretty girls wearing half naked through the hour was just too much for Ryan to bear.
No.
Well, looking pretty much the same, girls have been significantly different on the inside. Alice, whose cheerful but responsible attitude was greatly appreciated wherever she went, was on the school council and considered the more intelligent of the two. Emma, on the other hand, was much more extrovert than her sister and has twice been voted the most popular girl of the entire school.
What do you mean
Whoa.
different on the inside?
No.
Could a man desire anything else while having such gems within toughing distance?
Oh, toughing distance. I found the
What?
one I was talking about. It's called Nekojishi. This is a story. Nekojishi. It's a story about a college student who's suddenly able to see 3 feline spirits. Ever dreamed about having furry beastmen hanging around with you? What if they are gods in your childhood bedtime stories? This visual novel gives you a chance to play a young man whose dream has come true, but also gets him deeply involved in the consequences. There's a lot more. I could go on, but I won't.
Please don't.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was kind of into it, to be honest.
Well, he opens his third eye, and then he can see spirits who used to be invisible, and I believe they're catmen.
Is his third eye in the head of his penis?
I'm not sure where it is. I assume
It
so.
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Steam is pretty wild now.
Yeah, it's a wild west.
I think
land.
it's great.
Game on Steam. It's called Dota 2. Oh man, it's crazy. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you got back into that, huh?
What are you dating that?
Yes.
Despair.
Oh.
Is my waifu personal?
Because I went there and then they still couldn't find it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out after the show. It's all good.
Oh, I'm still like angry at that deck that I faced, to be honest with you. I'm gonna continue to be angry about it. It's very frustrating.
Rob, you got to play something different.
Why? What's
I
you got a
stood
problem
by
with
you
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I stood by you in Madden.
Yeah.
I stood by you in EU4.
You didn't stand by him in Madden because you did call him out a lot of times for games that play themselves.
You
I
did
razzed
do
him.
that,
I
yeah.
razzed him a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna just be like a Yu-Gi-Oh streamer now?
I haven't streamed it yet. I've been playing just in my spare time.
I think it's fair to follow your heart wherever it goes because I've been playing Dancing Line on stream, and I think that's
Yeah.
all right.
I've been following the heart of the cards personally.
That's
so,
right. You got to trust in that.
Rob can play Dota again.
It's painful of how tempting those words
I have all these cool new Dota friends now. It's crazy. I played with Too Good the other day. That was weird.
Who is too good?
Did you really?
Yeah, he's an old Dota personality who is no longer a Dota personality.
Dotonality.
Actually, an old StarCraft personality as well.
Mm.
He's great.
I know
He's coming out with a
Sinvicta.
game.
He played StarCraft, right?
He did, yeah.
Mathis?
Did Too Good roast you?
is too good.
That's that's
Too good.
I know who that is. I watched 2 internationals.
There you
What?
go, yeah.
Wasn't too good an ICP.
Yeah. That as well.
Thank you, Tito, for that joke.
Did he roast you the entire time?
Nah, he was pretty chill. He didn't say much. I think I've hit every hole in this game and not gone in it.
Can I? Is he the guy who Gabe Newell called him an ass and
Yes.
kicked him off the commentary team forever, but then he was also kind of back the next year?
He was not back.
He was not back the next year.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
was-
Didn't he make an appearance this year? Maybe he was in a different tournament, but
I don't know. He had his own. He was like part of Dream League for a while after he was not on at the
Okay.
international. Yeah. But no, he was hilarious. I missed him during the international because he would just always just take it like way too far. And that, is near and dear to my heart, as it's I feel like I have a similar sense of humor in that
I
way.
understand. Yeah.
I guess I didn't hit this one.
Big into the too far humor. No, it's tempting. It's frustratingly tempting, Dota 2, but it's like heroin.
Take the long view on Dota 2 and see where that puts you.
Yeah. Play the tape forward.
See, you know what also doesn't help in my addiction is that Jess keeps wanting me to teach her Dota 2.
Oh, she should have watched my stream a couple days ago. I did a tutorial.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Game's fun.
It
Yeah, but,
is.
like,
It doesn't help that there's literally 0 games out right now.
Yeah.
No, that's totally not true. Look on Steam. There's 6,000 dead
Oh yeah, I'll
games
go
a
play
single day.
fucking Neko, whatever the fuck.
That's
yeah.
not
girls.
representative that there are only those. Granted,
But
there's 1,000 of those,
I
but
was
there's
gonna
more.
say, if anything, it might be the most representative.
It
Unfortunately.
probably is. Yeah.
I'm just tired of everybody saying there's no games. You just
There-
gotta look for 5 seconds. There's hundreds of games.
There's
Yeah,
no
but like,
good games.
I love you with my heart
No.
and soul. Your standards for what to play are different than society's norms.
Just enjoy
This is very
yourself.
true.
Just have a good time with the creations people made. You can play anything.
But sometimes they're like really bad.
So, some of them, yeah.
You'll never know until you tried.
No, that's just not true. You can look at Milky Boobs and you know.
I think I could mine a lot of humor out of that.
You have a talent for being able to do that others do not. And that's a compliment. That's not.
Yes.
It's not that
a dig
hard
at
to
all.
do. You just play it and you go, that's weird.
I did see. I watched
kind of my
a
whole
little
thing.
of Sleep Cycles today. He played a game called Slay the Spire. Have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah. Actually, someone in my Discord was telling me about that last night.
That game looks completely cool.
Yes, it does.
It's-
I agree.
FTL, but
Ooh.
the combat is like with cards, like a deck builder.
Yeah, but it's like a progressive deck builder as you instead of picking up, say, items in Isaac, you pick up cards for your deck.
That was kind of like for Showdown then.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know that game, I don't think.
Hand of Fate 2 flashbacks. Yeah, well, can't win them all.
I
Too
played
hard.
the Norwood Suite yesterday, and it was like going through a mansion created by Cool 3D World, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
This is what I mean. Is that's you though. That's okay.
Well, what happens to you when you play that game?
I'd probably just be like bored to tears, is my guess.
But you get to discover like cool rooms behind stuff, and you meet weird people in the game, and they want to like make a sandwich. I had to take parts. Okay, no, let me explain. I had to go into the refrigerator. In one part of the refrigerator, there was iceberg lettuce. In another part, there was a tomato. In another part, there was roast turkey. And I had to take all these, and I had to beaglate them underneath this beagle slicer. And then I turned it all into a sandwich, and I fed it to this lady that was going to do a presentation in PowerPoint.
So you said beagle? What is
Beagleator?
as in like the dog, a beagle?
It was there's a machine like a deli slicer in the shape of a beagle, and you would put stuff under it, and it would chop it up.
So you did say beagle? Okay, I just needed.
I said
okay.
beaglate it, yeah.
You gotta keep it beagleated.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm just saying,
It had a
with
dog's
beagles
head
like
on
that, what's the problem? Just have a good time and cut up some sandwich meat.
But
I
remember
just don't
that
want to cut
time?
up any dogs, honestly.
No
were
dogs
like-
got cut up.
Remember that time you were like, "Hey, we should play this on the NLSS," and it was just a game where there was a locked door and then 500 keys
That
on the
was so
ground.
fun.
And then you just picked up the keys until one of them eventually opened the door. And then
I
you were
actually
done.
wanted to petition that dev to make that game have more keys because I thought it would be a perfect stream where I sit Like, I think it only had, what, 1,000 keys there? If it had 5,000 keys, that's like a real challenge. 1,000, I'm going to get through that every time.
It's a fair point.
I don't know that I said it for the NLSS, though. I thought I just did it by myself.
Oh, there's receipts.
But then I show you a game like that Serious Sam game, and everybody's like, this is insanity. But it's like, basically just enter the gungeon. It's no big deal.
Yeah, that's a fair
Yeah,
point.
see the Ultimate Chicken Hearts update?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, we are the current crew right now.
It's
Like,
true.
You know, just
Oh,
currently.
oh.
I don't think it's any secret that we've been wanting to get back to that series, but we were waiting for the update.
Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't a secret? I haven't been talking about it.
It's pretty much our response to anytime anyone asks.
I thought I had a secret.
Well, we were like waiting for we saw it at like PAX East this year.
And they were like, yeah, it'll be out in the summer.
Oh.
That's how it always happens.
Yeah.
Like we saw there's that game, the Iconoclast, that's like a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
It's been in development for like literally like 10 years.
Oh, Chasm.
And well,
That's one of many. And
similar. We were talking to him and he's like, yeah, it's finally gonna come out like, in like 2 months. We just got to figure it out. And then they announced it's coming out in January. I'm like, okay. It's not like you whiffed. Like, it's still coming out.
Yeah. I'm excited for when Dead Cells inevitably comes out because that game is really fun in early access.
I've been waiting. I haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it was good when it was, when it was first released into early access. It'll be better when it has all the pieces.
oh my god, this pirate song just gave me a flashback to the map level in Dancing Line.
Yeah, Austin, are you afraid of this right now?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult level. I did get like 13 or 14% though, which not even Yasuo could do.
Yeah, do it on stage.
I didn't do it on stage. I wish I could have.
That's the thing that people were like, hey, look at my Pac-Man score. And I'm like, yeah, well, you sat in your room for like 2 hours and pruned the best Pac-Man score.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that luxury.
He's right. I would be so nervous going up on that stage, honestly.
Would your hands be sweaty? Because mine would probably be real sweaty, and then I'd like miss,
yeah, absolutely.
slide everywhere with all the sweat.
Like pretty much any time I ever sit down at a poker table in real life, like the first 15 hands, I am just terrified and then play very poorly.
Don't you get the cards all wet?
Well, if you're sitting down in a casino, the cards are plastic.
Yeah, but they'll still pick up a little bit of that perspiration off your
How much are you
fingertips.
sweating?
I don't know. I'm
get
saying
the
Rob's real
cards wet.
nervous.
I guess I'm not that nervous.
Oh.
I'm not nervous enough to be soaking a plastic card.
I thought you were clamming up. I don't know what you're doing.
Not necessarily just my hand sweat,
No.
I suppose.
Sweat from your
If
brow?
I rubbed it on my butt, though, that would be a whole other, story.
Well, I don't know what you do.
I do a lot of things with my butt, Nick, I'll tell you.
Pretty sure you can just do one thing with your butt.
Yeah, I do.
I'm a one function butt kind of man.
Yeah, me too.
That's boring.
I kind
No,
of agree.
fuck you, buddy. I'm so sick of this. Oh, you don't even let people lick your butt. Get with the times. It's the way I choose to live my life.
2017,
Someone
man.
offered. I mean, I'm not gonna lick someone else's butt, but
I am not. I do not want that at all.
It's not
Really?
it's not my style.
yeah, try it. It's just like
You don't have to try it.
you should though.
What if I was like, hey, you gotta try this? You'd be like, no, I don't have to try it. What if you gotta try? I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm waiting for the this. That is just a pronoun.
Yeah, I'm not big into the getting my ass eaten thing. Oh, but just makes a good point. Farting and pooping are two things.
No.
Are
Farts
they?
are just aerosolized poop.
Well, wait, what did you say? Aerosolized?
Aerosolized, like an
aerosolized.
aerosol.
Oh, okay. All right.
Aerosolized poop.
No, I jumped over.
It does sound like a really complicated word until you parse what it means.
Mm-hmm.
help.
Yeah, Austin, you gotta try beating the final boss of Cuphead.
I did.
Yeah, but you gotta try watching the ending cutscene.
You gotta
did.
try it on stage.
Did you watch the end cutscene on YouTube?
No, I was watching someone else fight the boss on Twitch, and he beat it.
That's piracy.
Well, we're on the pirate map right now.
That's true. Okay.
He's got a great point.
You know what? Touche, good sir.
He's got a great point.
That's a good movie, by the way.
Yeah, The Trip.
Mm.
Do they do all those impressions of Al Pacino?
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, but oh wait, that one's Heat. I was also thinking of Scent of a Woman, which is also a
That's
good
the one
movie.
where he goes, hooah!
Hoo-ah! Yeah, he uses it as like
She had a great scent.
hoo-ah is like punctuation in that movie. That means the end of Al Pacino's sentence,
Yeah.
has happened.
So in
It's
all
the
the
end
Al
of his Scent
Pacino
of a Woman.
movies, he says she's got a great and then something. That's how you know what movie it is.
Right, mainly.
Sure is a dog day afternoon. Hooah!
Sounds like fun.
Roll out, Marines. Hooah.
There you go.
Fuck.
I like it.
Have you ever seen the Al Pacino movie Simone? Yes, I have.
Sim 1.
Sim 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sim
I've seen that.
I too have seen
That was
this
ahead of
film.
its time for then.
Yeah. Like, they only recently started to make movies as bad as Simone was.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
Well, the number 23.
Yeah. There are people, you gotta be, that's one of those ones like the butterfly effect, where there are people of a certain age, and I'm not saying they were 13 when they saw it in the theaters, and maybe they had their first kiss during the number 23, but whenever we talk about that movie, people go, it wasn't that bad.
Wait, really? With the number
Yeah,
23?
man. That and the butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect was...
That's because you're of the age.
What's
No,
up?
no,
He
it
was
was
saying
bad.
it was bad though.
It was bad.
Oh, okay, then we're good.
It was
Disregard.
although I will admit, when I was younger, I enjoyed it more than probably I had any right to.
The
Yeah.
goth guy in that movie scared me a little bit, and I was a goth guy.
The large man from Remember the Titans?
I remember him as the guy from Mallrats who couldn't see the boat.
He was also in My Name is Earl.
Yeah.
He played guy who was not Earl.
Right. Yeah.
Ah, Jason.
No, that's, well, Jason Lee played Earl. What a strange coincidence.
Oh,
Wait, are we just talking about Jason Lee? Because Jason Lee was also in Mallrats.
Yeah, he was in Mallrats. Yeah.
What's happening?
Whatever happened to Jason Lee?
He's a Scientologist.
Oh, okay.
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't get Jason Lee. He's in the Church of Scientology.
Kind of works.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I like it. Yeah.
You talking
His
about
name was
football earlier.
Randy. He was Earl's brother. All right.
Interesting. You talking about football and rivalries earlier and how it's like a rivalry. I said I couldn't talk ever, right?
Football and raviolis?
Ravioli. Give me the formuoli. No, there's this new thing. It's the Steelers-Bengals rivalry. There's like no respect at all there.
Bangles?
Oh, yeah.
Bengals.
Yeah.
They actually
Like the guys who sang, it's been learning your eternal flame. Those guys?
I recognize that at the last
They
word.
sang Susanna Hoffs. She sang Walk Like an Egyptian, the Bangles.
Yeah.
Just another manic Monday.
Biggie Smalls would also like to take your earrings and your bangles. Never
I
understood.
didn't know
what
that
meant.
she had her own team in the National Football League. Austin,
Yeah.
please tell me more about.
Well, it was just you're talking about rivalries and how like there's like respect.
Mhm.
There's no respect in this. So the game happened on Monday.
Just
Three-
another manic.
It was pretty manic. 3 people got taken off on stretchers that game, one of which may not be able to walk again. There were 2 suspensions from the game, and the Bengals had, I think, 193 penalty yards.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's, people like almost died. They don't like each other.
Yeah,
Nick.
the guy Ryan Shazier, he couldn't move his legs on the field. It was
Dude, it's
terrifying.
That's going to make
Juju
it hard
Smith-
to pick up yards on the field.
Juju Smith-Schuster?
That
Yeah.
is a wide receiver, number 19 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was
Oh,
suspended
God.
1 game for taunting.
Yeah.
Because he absolutely leveled number 55, Vontez Perfect, who's widely known as the dirtiest player in the
Did you
league.
Holy shit.
Burp? What was that sound
His
you
name is
made?
Vontez Perfect.
Vontez Perfect, yeah.
That's such a Ryan name.
He was named after that video of that reporter who had like a stroke on him.
Abertation, yeah.
Yeah.
Montez perfect.
No, nobody likes him. He's
I feel like that's somebody saying nobody's perfect in moon language. But Montez
I
perfect.
actually cannot even remember the name.
Vontez Perfect.
Montez perfect.
Vontaze.
Montez perfect.
Vontez Perfect, yeah. He, in fair, like, I agree, he's a dirty player. However,
the dirty.
but that Juju Smith thing.
That was a legal block.
Okay, yeah, until he pushed him off the sideline and kept going for 20 yards.
What? You're
Or is
thinking
that
of a different one. You're
was that a
thinking of
different one?
Are you thinking of what's his face? The tight end for the Gronkowski?
Can
No.
I want to ask you guys an honest question about football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is a tight end what happens when all loose ends get tied up?
He's correct.
Oh, it's how you conclude a story.
I went to the cannon and I just fell out.
Yeah, these cannons are weird.
Well, Vontez perfect.
I got shot out of the cannon into the water. What the fuck?
Bad cannon.
Bad cannon, man. I'm just going normally. There we go.
He's a god. Who needs a cannon on this level?
Mm-hmm. Raiders Broncos. There was
Yeah,
something.
I think
dirty
it's-
that
the
happened.
Juju Smith just it was an offensive block and he just like he did a Heinz Ward. That'll just tell you what he did.
Yeah, okay.
Did Vontez perfect do a Heinz Ward?
No, he got Heinz Warded.
Yeah.
That's a magic card.
Is it a century ward or an observer?
Josh thinks sentry wards are people in Dota.
He does.
Oh yeah, that was
To this
so
day.
good.
Yeah.
This is Blue Man. Me and Blue Man are doing great.
That was a classic moment.
Who's a Sentry Ward? Oh my god.
Good old. Yeah, let's talk about football and then Dota,
Dota,
2.
yeah,
Right?
But this is Dota 2 with Josh, so like it counts.
Yeah, it wasn't really Dota 2.
It
Yeah.
was-
Oh, fudge.
What's up with that turtle out there? Does it have like a turkey head?
He's that guy from Majora's Mask.
What's up? I'm looking. I'm trying to find a turtle. I don't see
I
one
saw
yet.
him, but he like, oh, there he is.
He's to the right. He's
hidden
Why does he have a
behind.
red lump?
How do you see him?
From downtown. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a Santa hat, I think.
He's got a Santa hat.
Ah.
I thought it was like the giblets at the top of the turkey's head that flop around.
Are they at the top?
They're hanging down. They're all over the damn place. Really, it's hard to pin them down.
Low, do they wobble to and fro?
Do you know turkeys can fly, sort of?
Do they serve you to their bro?
Yeah, when they jump, they flap their wings. And they can get like a little
They
extra.
get some air and they can get up to a branch sometimes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They're like big, weird monsters. It's bizarre that they can get up into a tree.
As for like another instance in how awesome are people, like we're basically like Thanos for the animal kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't just kill turkeys. We're like, hey turkeys, we're gonna like force you to make turkeys that are delicious, and then take away like all of your evolutionary advantages. Like, you know, sorry, you can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
We do that?
I did
Yeah,
that,
bro.
yeah.
We took. I don't think we did that.
I did that.
At some point in their evolution, they probably could fly, right?
I don't
'Cause,
think
they
humans
have-
were directly responsible for.
I don't know if humans are directly responsible, but
I don't think that's how that works. Were we directly
Perfect.
responsible for penguins not being able to fly?
Are
No.
we directly responsible for pangolins?
That's a new
might.
hero in Dota.
It's also an animal with armor.
he's right. No, but we're definitely directly responsible for some genetic things with animals.
Yeah, like
We-
we don't just exterminate a race of animals. We just keep it around and then like make it 100% well suited towards food production. That's so much worse.
But
Why
in
are
the
there flightless
process-
birds though.
We negate all the other animals that die off, though. We're focusing on the turkeys, and then you got like 60 other types of birds that die off because nobody cares.
I mean, that's true. I guess in many ways, we also kept turkeys alive so that we could eat them.
Right.
Instead
Yeah.
of them
animals.
dying off.
It's
Jesus.
delicious.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but like, why are there flightless birds? Like, when is it ever a good idea to not have flight anymore, evolution-wise? Like, when is that ever not useful?
It's probably like the
a good point.
same reason that like we have like vestigial organs and stuff.
It's just dumb
like,
though. Like, it's like
I'm with you.
keep the flight, man.
Do you
I
think
mean,
the
like-
bird ever looks at like a flying squirrel? Like a
It's like
flightless bird
penguins-
looks at a flying squirrel and goes, "Must
What
be
the
nice."
fuck, man?
Yeah, it's like-
No, but like,
you're not even a bird.
The fucking penguins, the emperor ones, they walk like hundreds of miles to get to the ocean to go get food, and they walk it all the way back. Just like, why aren't you flying, man? You could have
Yeah.
flown here. You gave it away for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Honestly,
But
if they
they-
have to walk, why don't they just walk like an Egyptian?
Yeah,
It's a good point. He's right.
exactly true.
But you
And
know,
if they're so
you could
cold,
also
why don't they just grab an eternal flame?
you can look at a flightless bird like an emu, and like they don't need to fly to fuck shit up.
Fly
so,
like
you
an
know.
emu.
Yeah, but they evolved like fucking fight kicks like that. They got a good trade off, you know.
That's true.
Super effective.
Anyway,
Yeah. No, I feel you.
no.
Anyway is such an intimidating segue, though. Because, like,
Yeah.
if we don't have anything ready to go and you drop an anyway, like, what do we do?
He's right.
We go anyway.
And the pressure's on. As soon as you say anyway, the counter's started.
I'm automatically back to football right now, is what I'm thinking. So it's
And
not
that's
even
what's
bad.
worrisome.
If you had a truck, what would you put in it? Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's when that comes in.
Can't get in the skull, man.
Well, guys, I mean, really, the main thing that we have to consider is that evolution is really just a theory. So,
True. That's true. Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
nobody
I'm
says
not even
it's
sold
real.
on it yet.
Mm-hmm. Who
Like
is
on the
at
one
this
hand,
point?
Charles Darwin,
Right,
and on the other hand, Tim Allen,
right, yeah.
Dude, just shut up.
Lightyear,
Bazinga XD.
Santa Claus,
Right. War on
Um,
Christmas.
Obama.
Right, yeah, okay.
Obamacare.
Very true.
Wait a minute. If Tim Allen
Hillary's
played Buzz
emails?
Lightyear, how the hell did he get into space if he doesn't believe in it?
Uranium. One of them.
One. Yeah, it's the one of them.
What would Sheldon say if he was a Republican?
Isn't he?
Benghazi.
Oh. Oh.
He'd say, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel.
Say that like, today, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it's very topical, yeah.
I'm making that face that me and Rob made a lot when we were watching the show.
Nick, I'm gonna need you to stop poking a hole in my chance to get reinvited to the Champions of Fire events, please.
Too topical.
What's going on over the top of this one?
What's going on over the topical of this?
Okay, I'm
Just
going
jump
over the
right
top.
over it.
Yeah.
Basically, skip half the level, actually. It's not bad.
Oh, you vow!
Did you
The
get tentacles?
Yeah, twice. I got
Tentacles.
tentacled off
Oh,
and tentacled back on.
Oh no, oh no. Oh no! Oh no.
Tentacles got me as well.
No, you son of a bitch! Stop this. He keeps hitting me back into the water.
No, you.
You fucking... Get me in. Get me in!
Would you guys want to get fucked by a tentacle monster?
No.
Yeah.
Like in Evil Dead, or
try it.
like the one in Evil Dead, or something else?
The one in Japan.
Wasn't that a tree?
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was a tree. Why did I say... Somehow I didn't separate tree and tentacle in my mind.
I did watch. I did see a porn video once of a Japanese lady having sex with a dead octopus, and that was
Wait,
real.
How'd she get
weird.
it up in there?
She didn't really. Like it was just like she was just kind of massaging a dead octopus.
Why
on
was
her
it
body.
dead?
It was
It'd
just
be animal cruelty to do it to a living octopus.
right. Yeah, I mean that's probably part of it.
Why didn't you just like order some sushi or something?
I don't think they give you a full octopus when you order sushi.
You should order tacos instead. Taco is Japanese
right.
sushi. for octopus, I should say.
And they're open all night at that cart.
Yeah, also true.
If it's a dead octopus, is that more bestiality or necrophilia or both?
It's a little
I think it's just both, yeah.
Yeah. Sex with
What
like
is
a
this?
dead thing.
I don't even know what to say honestly here, but I'm at this settings screen and
I
like
see it,
this
yeah.
one. Yeah, what does that say?
I don't know. Turn it on. See what happens.
It's got to say ball something.
Just turn it on.
Egg.
What?
Yeah, we'll put that on.
Oh.
Egg. I think this ball
Oh.
shape.
Please don't put it on egg mode.
All right, random each.
Oh,
You're gonna get egg every time now, Rob.
I know.
Octopus tentacles keep moving for like 10 minutes after death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she killed it and then fucked it.
Yeah, like Zenyatta top.
Like
I think you're gonna say like Zenyatta.
Yeah. Experience tranquility.
Experience my dick.
I got an egg first, by the way.
I also
I
got
got
an
a
egg.
cone, so like
Yeah, egg's probably better. You're right.
I don't know. The cone gave me stability when I needed it most.
Cylinder's pretty tough.
Cylinder sucks.
It rolls, dude.
Yeah.
I
So
love
does
this
fish.
comment in chat, dude.
Okay.
Why is he playing Shakespeare right now? I have some classical music on in the background. I think it's self-aware, but I love it nonetheless.
I hope it's not, personally.
Me too.
Let's play some Shakespeare.
Can I get some Vivaldi?
So
No,
was
you'd have to-
Champions of Fire self-aware as an event?
No.
No.
Sort of, I think.
No.
I'm
think it
getting two
is.
different answers here.
The thing is, like the production crew, it's not like a joke event for them because it's still stressful. They're still like, you gotta
Sure.
get this person, you take them to the green room, they need to get makeup, you know. But like, I genuinely think that for the hosts, it is a tongue-in-cheek event.
I'm saying from the top down, from the highest Jeff Bezos that's involved with this particular event, are they going, yeah, but like it's just a silly mobile game thing, so like let's joke around? Are they going, no, we need this to be serious. We need, proper commentary done well.
From my conversation with that drunk Amazon rep at the DJ Rehab party, I would say they were not necessarily aware.
Uh-huh.
I think they were totally aware. But I think that the difference is that we live on this subversive side of things where we talk about cum and stuff like that. And if you work in like an
We do
office,
too.
you're like, we're gonna get pretty crazy. We're gonna have casual Thursday this week. So like their idea of tongue-in-cheek Zane is not necessarily, the same as ours.
That's fair, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're like,
So
oh
do
my
we
God,
have-
you brought pasta salad.
Pasta salad.
You normally bring macaroni salad.
Man, I really hated last week's macaroni liquid. That was terrible.
Lasagna gas.
I'll have one order of the linguine plasma, please.
He said the word wrong.
No, it's not. It's not though. He said the word wrong. It was just a funny word. It
Yeah,
was
it's
just
a
a
different
funny
word.
thing.
Oh, I'm a Christmas ball. That's what I am. An ornament.
Fucking
buzz.
pasta salad.
I've been hanging out with some different people who don't really like do the NLSS stuff, and
Yeah.
I have to like watch myself when someone says something wrong, and I'm not allowed to like break into immediate
They'll take
laughter. at
offense
them.
to it.
Yeah, I'll get mad. Like, why are you
Well,
loud?
he's
Just said it
good.
wrong.
Do it at the bank. See how that goes.
Ah, you fucking idiot. You said that wrong, you idiot. Moron person. Yeah. No, you should just do it anyway. That's what I do.
Do it at the deli. Ask for some pasta salad.
Yeah.
What?
Oh fuck. God
You all right?
Damn it.
Eggs don't float?
Eggs don't float.
You should know.
Have you done a science experiment before?
Are you
I've done
buoyant?
many science
You ever
experiments.
poked a
Austin.
hole in the egg?
I have many leather-bound books, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Well, you should know that you have to put salt in the water to make the egg float.
Also, when you're cooking a hard-boiled egg, when it floats, it's done.
Amazing.
I know. Bet you didn't know that. Did you know that tiny houses cost less than big houses?
Bet not.
Yeah.
He's just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole.
That honestly should be the log line to the NLSS.
Very true. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like good-natured assholishness.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Can't stop now. Gotta find Dante.
Bet not.
Bet
Dude,
not.
It was so funny though that at the Champions of Fire again, just the entire chat was just nonstop
Rob,
NLSS memes. Yeah.
you know what I wanted to bring up is you
Okay.
and I had a long conversation in our Uber about we can't believe that. Fear
Oh,
Factor-
okay. Yeah, right. All right, yeah.
We couldn't
I
believe
saw
that-
the poll of this.
Well, the thing is that the story gets deeper. And it is hard to cover in the nuance of a 280 character tweet. But we were talking about I can't believe Fear Factor got canceled because of the dog semen or the horse semen.
horse semen.
Not that it's any less ridiculous, I guess.
Right.
Jackass didn't get canceled for that.
Yeah, but
Well,
that was
they
like
didn't air that bit.
That was
That
in
was-
the
that
movie.
was-
I saw it in the DVD, man.
It was
That
a
was also
deleted
on
scene,
like
though.
MTV. You know.
So the thing is, I can't believe it got canceled for that when they do so much more stuff that's like horrible
Yeah.
on the show. And we were talking about, we had a long conversation. We were both like, I'd rather drink the horse cum than lay down like a pit of centipedes. People were like, the centipedes will bite you and kill you. We're not talking about toxic
They're
centipedes.
not gonna
We're
put
just talking about
centipedes.
They're gonna
in
be
the-
like, oh, would you? We're gonna give 50,000 to the person who dies. You know, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Wait, but centipedes are toxic.
some centipedes are toxic.
Pretty sure like all of them are.
This is a fiction.
So
and a
then
falsehood.
you go to a different animal that doesn't.
But the crux of the story
Yeah.
is that we were talking about it in this dude's Uber, and the driver was going like, "Oh hell no!" And I realized when I looked on his like XM satellite radio, when we got in the car, he was playing like a Joel Osteen service.
Really?
Destroyed.
Yes, he was playing like a sermon about like what it means for forgiveness in the modern era or something.
Wait,
like
but
that.
was it Joel Osteen though? Because
Yes.
if it was, then he's a fucking idiot. Okay.
It was on like his XM radio channel.
Oh my
You shouldn't feel
god.
bad.
I did not know
You
that.
should have asked him
Ripple.
how much horse cum he wants.
Right.
Yeah, if he was playing like a Christian song radio station, that's fine. I'd feel bad,
Yeah.
but Joel Osteen, who gives a shit?
He did say like maybe he should have just kept his job at the grocery store instead of taking the job as a driver.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Which
I was
is
like,
fair after our conversation. Yeah.
but no, I don't think it is. I was like, my dude, if you think this is the worst thing you're gonna experience in an Uber, like go back to the grocery store because like this is pretty tame.
Mhm. Yeah, horse cum is really not that big of a deal to be
But
honest.
obviously, like you don't lay in a pit of centipedes, even if they didn't bite.
What do you, if
how
they're
bad can horse
non-toxic
cum be?
centipedes, I'd rather drink the horse cum.
Yeah, me too.
It's
'Cause the
over
horse comes-
like that. It's just
It's
done.
just
Well,
it's
that's
gross,
how
but
much? How much?
like a
Honestly, it doesn't.
like a shot glass full of.
Oh fuck yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah.
That's
definitely
Man, I've
drinking
never
the
heard you
horse
so
Did
excited
you think
before.
I was gonna suggest a pint of horse cum?
yeah. I thought it was gonna be like a small cup, and I
Oh,
was
like one of
A
those little
shot
milk-
glass is by definition a
No,
small
like-
cup.
like a half cup.
It's one of the smallest cups.
The milk
Like-
carton
like
you get at
4
high school.
I was thinking like a 4-ounce breakfast cup. That's a lot.
What did Kelly say was in a box?
I didn't know it was in a box.
She said she mailed or texted you.
I don't know.
Oh, I'd drink a man's cum for $50,000. You kidding? Absolutely. I'll suck his dick.
All right.
It was. I mean, I'm kind of with Rob, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I would also rather drink a pint of horse cum
Yeah.
than lay in a pin of centipedes.
Because
it's
of
just
poison.
Still pretty fast. That's like a couple of glugs, you're in. You just gotta hold your nose,
I mean, I think
steel yourself, and you're fine. Probably
I don't
gonna
know,
lay in
it's
that
like-
centipede pit for like 2 minutes. Fuck that.
Okay, I
dude.
want to go
Yeah.
back a layer before we go too deep into the cum.
Okay.
I want to know, when you hire a driver, and I know there's going to be distinctions here, is part of your hiring them as a driver that their attention is now barriered away from you?
What do you mean by that?
What is that?
If you have a conversation that is offensive, do you have the right to feel like it doesn't matter what their opinion is of what you said?
I think it matters if it crosses a threshold of like if they were talking about like a crime that they were gonna commit later.
Uh-huh.
Or if you were like, being, say, racist towards the driver's race.
Yeah.
Sure. But say it's
Now,
just something
especially
like
if your
exactly the
driver's
example you
racist.
made. Should they be upset by that? Or is that like, well, that's
I
just
don't
part
know.
of the job?
I'm not sure if he's a horse cum aficionado, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
there's a possibility, I suppose.
My opinion is that that's part of the job
Huh.
in that situation.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
very much that's the case. Especially if you're like a cab driver in New York City, you're gonna see a lot of shit.
Well, the
And I
reason
mean that both literally and figuratively.
Yeah. I wanted to make the distinction because I do think that there's a difference between a taxi driver and an Uber driver, in that the Uber driver is somewhat more personalized by it being their car. So for some reason, there's like a different space bubble that follows their car as opposed to the sort of the company they work for with the taxi.
I don't understand.
I feel like they have more
What
of a
you're
right to
saying
be
is that
upset
like
as an
you
Uber
could
driver.
insult taxi drivers more.
No, I'm not saying anyone should get
because
insulted.
they're lesser individuals.
I'm saying no.
They're saying like an Uber driver is a human being and a taxi driver is a service provided by
I crossed the punchline threreshold. That's what happened there. I did not get to a joke fast enough. All right, that's fine.
It's like when you call the taxi company, you get a taxi. You don't get like Daryl in a Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of taxi drivers actually do own the cabs that they're in as well. Like, not all of them go through like a central dispatch or something.
Yeah, I guess it seems more faceless that it's a taxi company versus an Uber, which is someone's car. Even if
Yeah.
they own the car, that's the taxi. It just seems different to me.
That particular Uber driver was actually quite nice. Like, he was all dressed up in like a suit, and he went out.
Yeah, because he's doing a church service 5 minutes before he dropped all that cum on him.
He
Right.
did also try to give us a barf bag for no reason, and we were all looking around like,
That was
Growing up.
very strange. Yeah, like I was in the middle, like mid sentence, and he was like, "Oh, should I pull over?" And I
yeah,
was
he flipped the lights on and was like, passed the barf bag back, and we were like, "What's this for?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought I heard someone yakking back here."
yeah,
No yak back.
yeah.
We're like, not this time.
That was that.
Oh!
I
Okay,
can't.
privileged information.
I can't make this jump. No, he's told that story on the show now.
okay.
Actually,
Yeah, it's public.
Yeah. I threw up in an Uber once.
I'm just thinking about how Fear Factor would be such a better show if it was a Would You Rather Fear Factor instead of what they did.
They give you like two gross things.
Yeah, two gross things or two crazy things, or like gross thing, crazy thing. You know, like
right.
And throw
right,
a little
yeah.
American Gladiators in there too, just for fun. Like shoot some tennis balls at them while they do it.
No, you know what? You can mix the American Gladiator. Like instead of the giant Q-tips, they're just like two like desiccated animal corpses on a stick,
Oh.
and they have to smack each other with that.
And the guts are shooting out, and they're getting all gross, wormy shit
Yeah,
all
that's
over.
Right, yeah.
If it was always dangerous versus gross, 100%, I'm doing gross every time.
Probably, yeah.
What about
'Cause
the
you
balut
ever s-
though?
No problem. Because the other alternative
Wow.
is there's like balut, and then alternatively, they're like, well, we'll fly you up 10,000 feet in the air, put a parachute on you, and have you like walk on a steel tightrope between two airplanes. I'm like, I'll eat the fucking egg and then go drink a little Listerine.
Right, yeah.
My hands were shaking playing fucking Crossy Road.
What was there's a fish they leave out on the beach for a while until it gets lots of eggs in it.
I'm being real with you. you can't make something gross enough that I would rather. You cannot within the bounds of human decency.
Part of it was I just needed to remember the name of what that fish was called because I just forgot it.
What if you had to have like a horse cum shit blood?
Nah, I draw a line
smoothie.
of shit. I ain't that.
Oh, ground up bones?
As awful as this sounds, like everything you added apart from the shit makes it easier. I would rather eat horse cum mixed with horse shit than just pure horse shit.
Cum and blood and blended
And then
together?
you were like, what about ground up bones? I was like, put as many bones in there as you like.
Yeah, bones that would be all right.
The less
to be
shit, the
honest with you.
better. That's a good point.
Yeah, I guess people like the taste of marrow, so...
Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like cum and shit mixed together tastes worse than just shit.
I can't, my cone automatically doesn't go over this.
It really sounded like you were gonna start saying cum.
My cum.
Yeah,
cum.
my cum. So.
Get edge longer.
What? How is that, dude?
Well, like, you know,
So
just
tilted on
don't-
this
never-
course, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't
Half who win.
Yeah, so when's Hoffa gonna be on the show? Hey Hoffa, would you rather lay in a pit of non-toxic centipedes or drink a pint of horse semen? By the way, I apologize. I was quite professional at the event. I might have given you the wrong idea of the kind of operation we run on Twitch.tv.
I think that was like the funniest part about the whole Champions of Fire is that you seem very reserved, you know, in an event, and people think you're like a nice person.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that?
Oh man.
I don't know, is it naive to say that I feel like every Twitch streamer has gone into really disgusting conversations at some point if they've done this long enough?
Probably. I think it's likely.
Yeah,
Not guaranteed.
It's sort of inevitable, really.
So I think she'd probably be less offended than we expect.
I don't think she'd be offended. I just think it's funny that
Yes.
you know.
Right, yeah, that's mainly the... you know, it's just throwing people into the deep end of NLSS
Yeah.
conversation.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that. It doesn't feel good to do that.
Oh no.
It could.
No, like I get anxious around new people and I need to learn about their habits and rituals before I say anything weird.
And
What
the thing is,
rituals
like-
do you think Hafu's into?
Look,
Come on, Rob.
so I there's like podcasts I watch, and sometimes they do like a guest episode, and it totally changes the tone of the
Yeah.
episode. Sometimes it becomes like like an interview show, if that's not normally the case. So I'm cognizant of the fact that I would like to have new people on the show. You just got to give them a little lead-in time. You got to be like, this is what we do. You know, watch a little bit so you know that you're okay with it, and then you know, we'll move on from there.
It's about just having a little bit of self-awareness in that when you meet a new person, you don't just go nuts on them for like no reason to put on a show. That doesn't
But I
feel sympathetic
also-
then.
Sort of think you have to. And
Yeah.
hear me out here, because this sounds like I'm being rude, but I think you have to show them like where the guideline of the show is. So you, one of us has to be the one that is like, you know, would you rather drink the horse cum or would you rather blah blah blah?
There is like, I will say though, like,
And then they can choose to come in or
You
not.
got to
come
see
in as
where
a
their
result.
line is and you work around that. Otherwise,
that's
you get
our
people
show.
dropping some words you don't feel comfortable with.
well,
okay.
that's what I was about to say. Is that like there is a weird like line with the NLSS where
Yeah.
that we all like implicitly know not to cross,
And that's what we vet for without ever saying it consciously out loud.
You're talking about the couple
Yeah.
words in specific.
There are
Yeah,
specific words
There's a couple
and specific topics.
ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like feminism.
Yeah. We don't talk about feminism on the show.
It's a joke.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
When are we going to talk about men's rights?
Okay. I'm glad you took it a step further so that I could.
That's what you gotta do.
Well, you got to constantly push the line. You know, ease chat into it. Then we can talk about what we really want to talk.
Yeah, and then in like probably 3 or 4 months, we can complete our metamorphosis into a Patreon-driven, libertarian YouTube channel that exclusively talks about politics and the new Sonic the Hedgehog game. Anyway, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Play some Quiplash. See you soon.
Did you make a cool Sonic Sona?
Sonic Sona.
I don't know what they're called. I assume they're called something like that.
You know what? Like that probably works. Sonic Sona.
I don't fucking know.
Penguin of Doom.
You can make like what is it? An alligator, a Sonic. There's like a dog, I think.
Do they have a dog as well?
There's like because like Sonic was a werewolf, right? So I think that puts him into like dog category.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
What other types are there?
There's echidnas.
Yeah, but like the ones that are actually playable.
This is the big blue cat.
That his name is Big.
Yeah, his name's Big.
Big the cat.
He's a cat.
The cat.
I always like that in like children's things where they like I'm thinking of like Franklin, right? In you guys ever see that show?
Franklin is a turtle?
Is a turtle, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But like within the lore of the show, his last name is Turtle. So like it makes you wonder, are there no other fucking turtles in that universe?
Little Bear is a little bear.
Right. Yeah. Like what?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do also have to tell you guys a story.
This was a really good conversation we were having, but I hope it's worth it.
All right, go ahead.
No.
That was a joke. It isn't a bad conversation. Go
It
ahead.
was a very bad.
I'll save it. I'll save it for tomorrow's show.
No, now
That is
man.
unacceptable.
When the emotions are a little less raw.
Wow.
I'm going
I hate
with
to
no.
do it.
I'm going
you
with
don't.
no. Stop that.
He's
If
right.
you drink horse cum on TV, you'll never live it down. But if you lay in a pen of centipedes, people will think you're fearless. It's not like you're drinking horse cum because someone asked.
Do you think people judge you a minute after that happened?
You're doing it to make 50 grand.
Yeah. I like also. Who cares if people? You're going home with 50 grand. You got a belly full of horse cum, but you got 50 grand in your pocket.
The thing with Fear Factor is that like if you lose, you get nothing. So
That's
you
true.
can still
Yeah.
drink a pint of
I
horse
never
cum.
thought about that. The first 2 rounds suck, dude.
Oh,
because that's not for
yeah.
$50,000. That's to go to the next round.
Yeah, I know
You lose that. You just drank horse cum for no reason.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
maybe
it
you were
is
just
still like
thirsty.
I mean, the original thrust of your argument is very valid. I think, which is that like, how is horse cum too far? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Does the animal matter?
That's what I was thinking as well.
Why? What about horses makes that more offensive?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the Brits, they really hated eating horse for a while.
But this is one very particular part of the horse. I don't think it's representative of eating a horse to say that you ate that.
Would you rather lay in horse cum or drink centipedes? That's easy. I would absolutely lay in the horse cum.
Yeah, that's
That might
even
even that might be pleasant.
Yeah,
It's gonna
that sounds-
smell bad.
That's as long as you got like
Yeah.
a clothespin for your nose.
They always give you the
But
close.
if it's fresh, it'll be nice and warm, you know, and that'll be
Whoa.
comforting.
I don't know if the smell's worse when it's fresh. It sounds bad, but it's not that bad, I guess. Never really thought about it till now.
Is fresh better or worse?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would definitely not want like week old horse cum.
You might.
But I mean-
It might be dry.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then it's gonna be all gummy.
Just turns into dust at that point.
Does it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just basing it off of any knowledge I do have about the material. It tends to go from like a liquid to a sort of a goop to like a dust kind of thing.
It gets brown first. I've seen. In that
I got
box.
a code for this game called It's
Okay.
Quiz Time.
Where
You guys check
Here?
this out.
Okay. What
Go
is
head to head with
time.
the brand new massive quiz game show on PC. Featuring our devious AI game host, Sally, take on It's Quiz Time's catalog of over 25,000 questions. Face off against up to 8 players using your
Ryan.
smartphone. Go
Your
solo
smartphone.
or use live show mode to stream and play along with your audiences.
Don't give yourself too much credit. That was no pasta solid.
You wanna play it?
Broadcast your game on Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer in the innovative live show mode, where you
Oh.
can compete with up to 10,000 viewers.
Mixer support? Nice.
And we can check that out.
It's quiz time. $20.
It's quiz time. Yeah.
Apparently, to play in the game, you don't need to buy the game. You need to download an app on the Google Play or Apple iOS App Store by Apple.
Is there an EXE version?
5 user reviews.
Yeah. And they're positive.
You want to play it right now? I'll play it.
Let's some of the reviews here. Actually, there's only 2. It lied to me. One of them says, "Good game, tough questions. Lost my first game against bots. Frowny face. Recommended."
Nice.
And then Jammy played it. Was all right. Good for streams and local play. Lovely developers. Has my recommendation. Recommended.
He said good for streams.
There you go.
He said it.
Right? He said it. He
Yeah,
said it.
he
out
said
loud.
It says here, product received for free though.
Oh yeah, no, that colors my
No
expectations.
trust
here.
left.
Yeah,
Fucking shill.
yeah. Son of a bitch.
I'm just kind of wary about being like, hey, everybody, download this app to play.
And then we find out it's freaking Bitcoin mining for
It's
somebody.
an altcoin miner or something in the background.
Harness the power of my iPhone while I'm not using it. Or when I am using it.
Yeah, alternatively.
Can I just say, I still don't really understand people's hatred of people who got the games for free. Because that has never colored my opinion on anything.
I thought I'd say
Yeah,
you don't
me
understand
either.
Bitcoin, and I was gonna agree completely.
Well, that too, yeah.
I do not understand Bitcoin.
Well, it's $9,000 now per Bitcoin.
It's like 11.5.
Oh my god!
Oh. I mean, that's a jinx. I'm not gonna go for that one.
Horse semen? Can we get a new currency? Gala coin.
Now I'm
You gotta
down
ask
for
him.
that.
Oh, it's 13K today. I don't even want to. Now I'm mad about it because like when Bitcoins are like $100 each, you're like, well, we missed the boat.
Yeah.
Should have got in when they were $1.
I mean, are we just like constantly missing the boat? Would
Are
it?
we missing it again? Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like maybe spending $11,000 right now is a good idea.
Let's do it. Let's spend $11,000.
I don't like how everything in this show is a let's.
Well,
Let's go. I'm cool with, but the rest I want to be I'll. Maybe I should do this.
we could split one. You guys
I
want?
don't want to split it big because then we're having the dream. We're quartering the dream.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's more realistic to have $13,000 split 4 ways, right?
it's
And then
free money.
You split all the profit from it. It's an awkward thing to hear from the person pooping in the bathroom stall next to you. Hey, peel off the duct tape next to you, or oh god, this is gonna taste so good. Oh god, this is gonna taste so good. We got
Nice.
75%.
Nice.
Nice.
Bitcoin is predicted to be worth 100K by 2020.
Yeah, predicted by who?
That's a good point. I don't know.
You should never share your horrible political beliefs with someone else, or you should never share Bitcoin with someone else.
I think we should share a Bitcoin.
You know, you can buy like
Fractions.
you can buy like 1/100th of a Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you have to buy like a GTX 1080 and then set it to mine Ethereum.
No, that's if you're trying to beat the system and
If you want to mine, yeah.
if you want to mine the Bitcoins.
Why don't you want to
actually
mine the
have-
Bitcoins?
Because it takes to do one Bitcoin transaction takes more power, like electrical power, than the average American household uses in 1 week.
Is it cheaper to buy many computers to mine it versus just buy it?
So they actually make graphics cards specifically to mine Bitcoins.
Yeah, I know.
now?
I tried to buy one for Lynn when we built her computer and they were sold out.
Oh, really?
Not from Bitcoin mining, but just we needed a graphics card and it was the right one apparently.
You know you're really drunk when you fall over backwards into a tree, or you think a
God.
taco truck sells pizza. So
Sorry,
this is
Rob.
and myself.
I am very bruised, by the way.
Rob did fall backwards into a tree,
Yeah, yeah.
but he
My
did not
arm.
tell the story on the show, and as a result, he got just hammered in the voting here.
Yeah, I probably should have told the joke, or told the story. The worst part about that whole event is that I wasn't drunk at that point.
A bad substitute for a toothbrush. A hot lemon or a power drill?
Hot lemon. Sounds tasty.
What do you think about a hot lemon?
I have 1.8 bitcoins, but I lost the password to the wallet 2 years ago.
No.
Oh!
No.
The worst part.
Yo, but
I
like,
hate to laugh. But if it just keeps going up,
That's so mean.
You never get to get over your grief. It's like breaking up with someone and then
Every day.
they go on to every day they're like, people's most beautiful woman. Oh, she's the president now. Also, she owns a lot of bitcoins, and then, like it's just every day it's just more and more remorse.
After a certain point of value, like it's gotta be more worthwhile to like pay someone to crack into it, right?
It might be there now, I would guess.
Maybe, yeah. Like, how much would it cost to get somebody to?
What's that, $35? Pack of beer?
$35, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It's better than the 200,000 bitcoins or whatever that dude spent on a pizza. That is true.
Oh man, did he really?
Yeah, it's back in the day.
200,000?
I don't know if it was 200,000, but like.
Yeah, because that like he would be like literally a millionaire or billionaire now, right?
I don't know, man. He'd be rich.
He'd be very rich.
It's a lot of Champions to Fire victories. I don't know about this one.
I don't either. I don't either.
Yeah, Bitcoin probably will eventually crash and be worthless, but like in the meantime,
Yeah, you can get mad rich off it, maybe.
right? Yeah.
I did see them reporting on it on the mainstream news today, so I think the bubble's getting close to bursting.
Yeah.
But what if it isn't?
I don't know.
A good use for toenail clippings. Necklace or a gross event on Fear Factor?
Don't talk about me.
Might just buy like $100 worth of Bitcoin later on tonight.
What if you invested your life savings in them?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that would be.
Think about how much you'd make when it goes up. A gross event on Fear Factor wins.
Nice.
It was real weird when we were sitting in the audience and then they said neck and neck in front of us, and then
Many
like
times.
30 people behind us started chanting neck and neck, and I was like looking behind me like, guys, I'm right here. What?
The worst children's board game would be Heil Heil Hippos or Pregnant Horny Hippos.
They just want to eat balls, man.
So like I also don't know anything about like cryptocurrency, but I'm like everything I dislike about Bitcoin is that it has sort of no value except for buying drugs and hitmen. And the only reason most people are investing in it is because of the fact that they want to get rich off of it. It's like 99% speculation.
Yeah.
I reserve my real resentment for when people are like, well, Bitcoin's really expensive. What if I bought in early for the next Bitcoin? And they're like, so I'm in like, 18 different alternate cryptocurrencies at the present moment. So like,
it's like hedging your bets.
Yeah, dude, if Keck coin ever takes off, I'm flying first class from that point on.
Dat boy coin.
That boy coin. The years 2011 to 2020 will be remembered as the Bitcoin depression age or the mortgage.
Mortgage.
The mortgage, yes.
I get it, yeah.
Mortgage.
I did not read that properly.
I'm mad.
Mortgage.
It was my own answer, so I undersold it. If you don't pay taxes on your Bitcoin, it's a crime, kind of. I'd like to know more, please.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested in that. Yeah.
Oh, a good sign that your dog is really an a-hole. His dick tastes like shit, or his dick tastes like shit.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah. All right. There you go.
I thought I was really stretching out with that one. I didn't think it was. I also sort of regretted putting that as the answer because of the implication, but it was really just a joke reference.
Because of the implication. None of these girls are going to be in danger. But of course they wouldn't say no because of the implication.
What is a blockchain?
I don't know.
Oh, it's when Cairo Sedgero stops you dead in your tracks.
This is a dumb prompt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm with you. There's like a lot of literally correct answers here.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pay taxes on illegal income, but if you do, they know you're doing something illegal. I don't understand.
Wait, say that again?
No, it's gone and I can't keep it in my...
Is it because it counts as like a currency and not like a commodity?
I don't think that's how that works, though.
Currency,
I
not
don't
commodity.
Well, like, it's not like a... Well, yeah, like, what would you... Is it like an asset? I guess it's illiquid, right?
Illiquid.
Yeah.
You're
A poor
busting out.
substitute for a necktie. The country Columbia, a stethoscope, a teacher, or the noose waiting for death. I mean, just like... It's not a good last lash prompt.
It's just a bad prompt, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Everybody's getting a vote for me.
Yep.
I
Even
also
Steven.
gave out 111.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone tried their best.
Blockchain is a ledger of
I believe chat's right, isn't it? Colombia, not Columbia.
Yeah, I thought it was with an O.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. That's like you're using it. Oh shit! No, I don't know word things. Never mind.
All right.
But what would you call the word minimally? How would you categorize?
What do you mean?
it?
What would you call it?
Well, like what was it like a not a noun obviously or an adjective?
Minimally is an adverb, isn't it?
Adverb. Is that what it is?
I think so.
I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Like, I missed like 3 days of school in 3rd grade where they covered subject, predicate, adverb, like all the ones that are not nouns, verbs, and adjectives. I missed them all, and then they never taught them again. And
Yeah.
as a result, like, I just have no idea when people go like, that's an adverb. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Adverbs are usually they end in Y. So like, and they define the verb, right?
What about pretty?
I have no
that's not
idea.
I walked to school carefully. Carefully is the adverb. You
Dude, I thought
carefully
I
walked.
thought that's an adjective. You carefully
No,
walk
'cause
to
it
school.
defines the verb, not the because you carefully walked.
Like an adjective would be like a modifier.
It's for
on
the
a-
subjects. Like I
Right.
walked to the red school. Red is the adjective.
I'm okay. Now that's just patronizing. Like,
You're
I
learning
know.
communism.
said you didn't know. I know that red is an adjective. I'm talking about adverbs specifically.
Adverbs they help the verb. I walked to school carefully. You carefully walked to school.
In the
What?
sentence, when I wake up, yes, you know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. What is the adverb?
There is none.
Correct answer. A+.
Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Dude, see, like this is I don't understand the math of language. This is
That's the thing. It's that
I'm
that
glad
part
I
is
brought this
stupid.
up. Yeah, honestly.
Too easy. Adverbs add to the verb. This is a Kramer line from Seinfeld. Jerry. Adverbs add to the verb. That's why they're called adverbs.
By the way, sorry, I had to write. By the way, someone did explain extensively about the Bitcoin and the tax things in my chat. If you guys want to know.
Sort
It's
of
up to you.
illegal.
Well, again, it's up if you guys want to know. It's like a paragraph.
Nah.
Adjectives add to the check.
That's pretty interesting.
Good joke, chat.
The worst Halloween costume for a young child. Steve Bannon or Danny DeVito costume?
Nice.
Chad is like, those Korean kids are totally screwed. We didn't teach, there were no lessons on how to freaking, what's an adverb, what's an adjective? Is it, hello class,
Come see me,
how
da.
are you? Yeah.
Teacher, Obama.
Okay, look.
They did say that.
If they said come samnida, they're all going to the principal's office. You can't speak Korean in my classroom.
Oh.
Secondly, Rob, it's not okay.
Hey, that's what they said, not me.
The first thing you would do after winning the lottery: spend lots of money and be happy and stuff, or invest it all in Snert coin.
By the way, spend lots of money, bad idea.
If you had
Yeah.
$10,000, what would you spend it on?
They
Do I
didn't put that
have to
part of
spend-
my. They didn't put that part of my interview in my sizzle reel. I said I would put it in my bank account.
Right?
Then they said, "Can you reiterate the question in your answer so we can use it?" And I said, "If I won $10,000, I'd put it in my bank account."
The
And
correct
then it
answer
never made
is
it on.
1,000 McChickens.
$10 a pop.
I guess. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, yeah.
Best way to tell if someone is dead. There's no way to tell if someone is dead, or stick your dick in it and see if it's warm.
All right.
That wasn't me.
That's kind of horrifying. But yeah, if you had to spend $10,000
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Down payment on a car.
But you
that's
just bought
actually
a
pretty
car.
smart.
I know. I don't need one. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Yeah,
You just buy yourself another car.
I guess because then if I had to spend it, then I could resell the car and then I could get the money back and put it in my bank account.
Or you just like buy, like bonds or something.
Yeah, I guess that's way better. I could invest in Snert coin.
yeah,
Exactly.
get some actual Bitcoin.
Austin, your answer was vile.
Yeah, pretty bad.
An idea for Lady Gaga's next crazy outfit: a horse cum dress or a nice dress.
Wow.
Is it sticky enough to weave?
If you leave it out long enough.
All right.
I kind of, it's not that $10,000 isn't a lot of money, but I
It's
did kind of
like
feel
not,
like,
though.
I know,
It's
like in
not
today's
really.
modern, they were like, what are you going to do with the money if you win? I was like, I don't know. Like, what do you, it's not a life-changing amount of money.
Right.
A lot of people, like, I
Like,
like,
oh, cool. I can continue to live in a house for like another.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'll put it
Pay,
towards like
pay the rent a few times.
several
Right,
months of
yeah.
rent. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it.
Not even a full year of rent in most places.
I mean, like, we're on the level here, right? Like, I will pay my rent with the money.
Yeah, it seems like you're almost accidentally insulting them for not having a grandiose enough thing to buy. But that's their fault, not yours.
It's
Yeah.
like when they win Chopped, everyone goes, "I would use the money to take my parents on a once-in-a-lifetime trip around the world." I'm like, no, I
No,
would.
you won't.
it's a stupid idea. You shouldn't do that.
I would just, put
Even
it.
100,000. Like, I'm thinking right now, like 100,000 would be awesome, but like,
25K you could do some work with.
it's still just like that money's gonna run out quicker than you think. I think $1 million is the first one where you're like, all right, I'm in there.
We're gonna have to pitch him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Certainly, $1 million is a life-changing amount of money.
Yeah, then my answer would be I would do smart investing to the best of my abilities.
I'm just drawing the greatest blank here.
Yeah, I can't.
$1 million isn't a lot nowadays either. Yeah, but like it's not. Certainly, if somebody was like, "My net worth is $1 million," I wouldn't be like, "Oh, tell me your secrets."
Right.
But I would also be like, "You're good."
Yeah, I mean, like that's like way above the poverty line
Yeah.
still.
Like I'm not gonna buy you lunch.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Right. Yeah.
I barely got that answer in.
A TMZ headline you really want to see: Billy Bush did a Trump impression, or we're all fired.
Who's Billy Bush?
He's the guy who Trump said you could just grab Blaze by the pussy with.
Oh.
The implication being that he faked the whole thing and Trump
It
was never
faked,
talking.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, people believe that that's fake, even though
That's
Trump.
why it would be a funny headline.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. No, he like literally admitted to it, which
Yeah,
is the
and
funny
then he
part.
decided he didn't do it, actually.
I gotta watch more news to play Quiplash, apparently. To watch like another country's news broadcast to play this game now.
Hey, we have it running 24 hours on multiple channels, so.
A really bad
Don't know like a
superhero
bitch.
power. 2020 hindsight or the ability to drink gallons of horse cum.
Those come up pretty frequently.
Look, I'm not espousing a political opinion.
Yes.
However, if, say, Trump gets impeached,
Yes.
the "you're fired" memes are gonna be out of
Oh!
control. They're
I
gonna
didn't
be
even think about that.
insane,
How did I not think of
dude.
that?
Yeah,
That was his thing before this.
I know. It would be great.
That's like the only thing that he had, really. That was like a catchphrase for him.
I actually am starting a new cryptocurrency called "You're Fired" coins. So.
Did you see that? Oh, let me just go with this first. You know, you're in a very weird fast food restaurant when the cashier asks, "Do you want spray paint with that, or do you want pasta solid with that?"
Oh,
Did you see that Ethereum, the other second maybe most popular cryptocurrency,
Right.
he was using like 8% of the market to buy collectible cats that were released
Yeah.
on it that you could like breed the cats.
I
like,
brought that up the other
style
day.
and
Somebody
sell
said
them.
it's a pyramid scam.
That's literally a joke in that show Ozark on Netflix.
We're in a weird like pseudo cyberpunk sort of reality, I think, right now.
I said I
Yeah.
want to collect all the cats, and then they're like, "Don't do it. It's helping them mine Bitcoin." I'm like, what? I just wanted cats.
4-leaf clovers are lucky, but if you find a 5-leaf clover, you die in 7 days or run.
Very menacing.
I really like that.
I'm also not sure if that was even true, by the way, about it being a thing for Bitcoin, but
Well, I saw the cheapest cat on CryptoKitties. It pains me to say it.
I like it. I'll say it for you.
Here's what pisses me off, okay? It's the same, and Austin knows what I'm about to say because I rail on this shit in PUBG all the time, is that people are smart to invest in it because you can get rich, and it pisses me off that there's people out there that have like, it's like a good investment. They bought $100,000 worth of PUBG crates, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's how I make my living. I bought $100,000 in superficial PUBG crates, and I'm just selling them off at to get an effective burn rate and watching the graphs of the market because it provides no value to society whatsoever.
Yeah.
Why does
Well,
that make you so upset, though?
Because I want to love capitalism so much, but the people who are making this much money are doing it without actually providing any value to society, which underlines the central conceit of the economic system
Are
to
you
begin
saying
with.
there's flaws with capitalism?
Yeah, and so you're actually kind of questioning the thing, which makes me wonder, do you really love it as much as you think you do?
I love it when Twitch Prime subscriptions, become fresh again and people remember to use them.
I mean, I
Well-
need to eat too, man. It's all right.
so I just wanted to say, once we moved off of the gold standard,
Oh.
that our currency became a fiat currency, which it is inherently speculative. Anyway, like even the U.S. dollar is based on how much we think our assets are worth.
Do you think NL is planning to seize the means of production?
He might be?
A ridiculous government agency that no one knows about. The Department of Bitcoin, the Department of Sick Beats, the Department of Dragon Dildos, or the Department of Starter Apartments.
Listen to me.
Saw me banging on the counter.
Sick
Dragon
Beats.
dildos.
What on earth was that?
I think that's reggae?
Have you played the reggae version of Planes yet, Nick?
Yeah, I liked it, actually. The surfing scene was pretty wild.
Yeah, it's like a really, really good piece of music.
Did you?
Oh, you didn't like it?
Did you guys hear DMX's Christmas song?
I did not.
A
No.
very DMX Christmas.
No, you guys didn't hear it.
I don't believe so. No.
It is dark and hell is red and green.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. DMX Christmas.
Ah,
Yeah, he did a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh,
cover.
like 3 years ago.
No. It was like a couple days ago.
This makes me upset, and I'm not calling you out. Not that thing. And this person is a subscriber, but the ERC-721 tokens, CryptoKitties, do have value. They're unique identifiers to facilitate digital assets tied to physical goods.
that's true.
Back in my day, you just bought like an animal. That was your asset.
Yeah, well, the animal's an asset?
Yeah.
Maybe if
you
you're
have a
breeding
cow.
them.
Cow gives you milk.
Oh.
Cow gives you other cows. The cow gives you beef.
Right.
Now you got to buy a fucking digital cat that represents a currency that floats in your computer.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Sounds like capitalism moved on to 2.0 and you're still stuck on 1.0.
It seems that way. Well, I don't know. We got to be on capitalism 3.0.
Okay.
We make money from existing on the internet. So I'm aware of
3.0.
the fact that we live in like a weird world, but
There's no way we're on a
like,
0.0
we make
right now.
money off of entertainment, which has always been.
It's a good
Wait.
investment, actually. You should invest in us.
I agree. I haven't been paying attention to my score at all. Have any of my answers been winning?
not
or-
really.
Yeah, okay.
I don't understand. I've never seen this meme before. The one that says, "How long can capitalism go on?"
I think just one guy did it, and then other people copied and pasted it.
Does it have
I
a
need-
weird cartoon Karl Marx on it?
No, it has
Oh.
Pepe, but it's me as Pepe.
Oh.
I need you guys to be like my political compass
Okay.
quiz, because like, I really, really don't like that you can become a millionaire from buying PUBG crates. But I also don't like the idea of universal basic income because it's my money.
There are levels
where-
between those two things, yes.
So where do I fall?
What are we gonna do when there's no jobs left?
Need more data points.
Why don't you just? Why don't all the truck drivers just become the people who program the trucks?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's true.
That's anti-freedom.
Surely every truck needs a programmer. Perhaps they could program it with like some kind of steering wheel type apparatus attached to the dashboard of the very truck that they're programming.
Do you think the government should be involved in what they do with the trucks?
Which government?
The deep state.
Where do babies come from? The life void or daddy's vast deference?
It is vast, yes.
Voss.
Vast deference.
Bust.
Yeah.
Bust, baby.
Oh man.
Let me tell you about the New World Order. Not the kind to make you run for the border. It's a new religion wrapped in a revolution with a proven solution to your mental pollution.
Is that like a song from Persona? Like right after you did that,
Oh my god, it really sounds like that. No, okay, first of all, you actually nailed the Persona song.
Can you wake me up? Can you sup, madam?
Were you just watching my stream? Because I was playing Persona music on yesterday.
And then you do that part. You do the rap part.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that. It was a Todd Rundgren song from like 2000.
Dolph Lundgren?
Todd Rundgren.
The only thing worse than standing in a really long line is standing in a really long line for going out on stage or standing in a really long line for digital cats.
Digital cats.
I can't believe he nailed the Persona music so well.
I played Persona 4 Arena.
Oh, I didn't know they had the music for that in that either.
Yeah, I know like a couple of Persona songs. The best news you could get today: help, my son ... He's a minion.
Help, my son.
They go together.
How did that happen?
Can you let me up? Can you let me up?
I want to know who does the rapping in Persona, because it's such a strange rap. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
It's always like the dude's always like rapping like some kind of philosophy, but also his grocery list.
There's a part where you hear him say lean cuisine. I'm positive. I swear to God, I know for real. I think he says lean cuisine.
It's lotus juice. I did not know that.
Oh.
That just sounds gross.
Oh, tomorrow's news headline. Scientists are shocked to discover that they are fake news. Or scientists are shocked to discover that CryptoKitties actually exist.
Oh, dude, I mentioned this on Squares. I mentioned this to you guys when you were in New York. But man, there was a great. So Elon Musk tweeted a couple days ago, "Why isn't there a flat Mars society?" Right.
This is the third time I've heard this now.
I know. No,
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
A genuine tie.
Like a necktie?
Like 176 to 176.
Damn.
Wow, and you were off by one on each. It was 175 to 175.
Yeah, but then they got one vote from the players, Robert.
You're right. So anyway, Elon Musk tweets, why isn't there a flat Mars society? Flat Earth Society verified Twitter responds, because Mars has been observed to be round. See, the first time you hear it, it's so good because it's just like they that's the best ripple to the whole thing, is that they believe that other planets are round, just not Earth.
I think that whole thing is self-aware. It has to be. Like, I'm almost.
I don't know.
I'm so beyond confident now that like that whole thing is just a really big joke, and everyone's in on it, and it's just they're winning. They're winning really hard.
But they're not, because like, did you see the video where they went to the Flat Earth convention?
There's a convention?
Yeah, that's where I'm like, you stop winning if you're like, gotta take the day off work to go to my troll convention. Like, that's. It just feels like something's not right in that.
It's a troll, meaning the people there aren't going to be genuine about what they talk about?
That's what if that seems to be what's being posited here.
Wow. What a waste of everyone's time. In both ways. It could be either way, it would still be a waste.
God, I'm blanking super hard.
I think people 100% believe it. Well, not 100%. I think there's some people in the community who don't, and then a lot of people who lack the critical thinking skills to realize why it's silly.
Someone said people do go to TwitchCon.
Yeah, that's true.
Woo!
What King Kong is most self-conscious about? His figure or his lack of a sweet red tie?
I expected someone to write King Dong.
He's King Dong.
His King Dong, that's pretty good, yeah.
Finally here, performing for you.
It's always time for Donkey Kong Country.
King Kong's tie would say KK on it, and that's dangerously close.
Also, they claimed that IP again recently with KK Slider. They wouldn't give it away.
Can you guys do your best like KK Slider impression? That was like actually really good.
Yep.
I don't remember his songs very well. I like listening to them though. It's a duck.
Not as good as Austin's, tell you straight up. R2-D2's biggest complaint: can't speak English for some reason, or beep bloop bleep.
That's
Two sides of the same coin. God.
Yeah, what's your favorite R2-D2 sound?
that one.
That one?
Yeah.
I like the one where he goes.
Yeah, oh yeah, when he gets
he's sad.
sad.
That's when it dies.
You're such an emotional person, right?
Oh man, I like the part where BB-8
Nice.
flips out his lighter like it's a thumbs
It's a
up.
thumb. Yeah.
And then they lower him into the lava, but you still see the thumb above the lava as he fades away.
That's Taps, not the theme. Okay, never mind.
So, no joke. Well, for Superman's special power that he never tells anyone about, he can make any DC movie suck, or S on chest can be a Magnum condom.
Nice.
We got tons of ads when we were practicing the games for Champions of Fire, right? And sometimes I
My
would get
beach body.
well, not that, but if you're watching, yes, you saw it. Sometimes we would see the ad for like American Marvel Galaxy of Heroes, the Star Wars mobile game, and it's like, here's Kylo Ren, here's Princess Leia, here's Rey. Sometimes we got the Chinese ad for reasons that we couldn't figure out. And the Chinese Galaxy of Heroes ad is exclusively BB-8.
Wow.
It's just BB-8 going ape shit the whole time, doing cute stuff. That's market research right there.
That's pretty funny.
The best way to keep warm on a cold winter night: hug your minion baby or lying in a vat of fresh horse cum.
Yep, that'll do it. Well, dude, when December rolls around, people are gonna lose their shit for those porg things. That's gonna be everywhere.
Are you saying December's not here yet?
You know what? You make a good point based on the sentence that I used.
People keep not realizing it's December lately. I had to correct somebody else about
Did you
that.
say December 12th?
I said
That's the Ultimate Chicken Horse update.
November has
December 14th is Star Wars.
I did not set it.
He didn't say any date. He just said December.
Did you say December 12th?
No, I said December.
Okay, I'm losing my
Wake
mind.
me up when December rolls around.
Wake me up.
Aren't we?
Oh, we're doing KK Slider now.
Yes, that was my attempt at least. A college major you don't see at many universities.
Gotta get some quick ways in there.
Like that?
This is mind flooding me. No!
Go.
I already started selling porg toys, I wonder. I mean, the answer is
Why are you so
obviously
cynical
yes.
about Korg, dude?
It's
Korg is a
actually.
keyboard.
Korg is
Yeah.
the guy from
Dog.
Thor. That's
Yeah.
my mistake. College major you don't see at many universities. Kiko, Quay, Kiko. Mobile game monetization demon, professional KK slider impressionist, or BB-8 programming.
Nice.
What does the top one mean?
It's like.
Oh. All right, that gets all 3 votes.
I still maintain that Chewbacca is just Korg number 1.
It's a porg.
It's a
It's never stopped being a porg.
Yeah, whatever.
the computer.
Fucking nerd. I don't care if it's called, you nerd.
Fucking bio major nerd.
I don't like the furry Star Wars character. It's for kids in international markets. Who's your favorite character from Star Wars Episode 7? The guy who spins the stick and yells traitor. I'm an adult. Yeah, there he goes. Kiko, Quay, Kiko.
Yep. Yeah. That's fair.
You guys want to do one more game of Quiplash?
Sure.
If you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dang.
Kiko,
I timed my food perfectly.
Kiko,
We arrive
dude.
exactly at 7 p.m. It's actually
It's fine.
one. Yeah, he's here. I'll be right back. I'll actually answer my prompts really quick and then
What'd you get?
Chick-fil-A.
All right.
Yeah.
It's,
Why'd you-
I've only had it like now 3 times in the past month, so
It wasn't. I mean, what do you mean when you say in the last month? Do you mean since December 1st, or do you mean
November 6th.
since November 6th? Oh, This
I think it
guy
means
is on the
prior
ball.
30 days.
I ordered some Wendy's today.
Nice.
I didn't order anything. I went to the grocery store.
That sounds stupid. Why would you do that?
Because I live
Millennial.
where they don't deliver things. And also, it's not so bad to go outside sometimes.
No, I hate it. Last time I went
know.
outside, I got a bunch of bruises on my arm.
Yeah, you did do that.
Can I,
Guy pulled a knife on me.
Yeah. Wow.
I have an anecdote for you. So,
Okay.
like Champions of Fire, pulling the curtain back, this is like a lot of work. We were there for a long time. So I busted my ass to get all my homework done before I left, but I still had homework that was due like this weekend. I emailed my prof. This was a great moment of humility for me. I emailed my prof and I said, hey, I was really busy this weekend. Would it be possible for me to grab like a 1 or 2 day extension on this project? I could probably finish it, but it's going to be a rush job. So it would be really nice to have like an extra day. And he was like, it's no problem, but what were you doing? And then I sent him the time-stamped video for the Champions of Fire tournament when I was on stage. And he just went, yeah, you're good. I'm happy to wait.
I thought you were going to say the opposite. So never mind, no extensions.
But I had to out myself as playing in a mobile video game tournament to a person I respect and who has control over some aspect of my future.
The whole of the general public you were outed to already, so this doesn't seem that much worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you
Still
think he's going
feels-
to come to you with his mobile game idea?
I would think there's a chance
Guaranteed.
that I would look at it and I would go, hey, I'll give it a shot maybe. The worst thing about being a billionaire, you have to pay politicians to serve you or everyone being mad at your tax cuts. I have a real question, though.
Yeah.
Don't billionaires pay enough already?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. They got a really tough go with things, mostly.
But like, okay, everyone being mad at you for your tax cuts won by 1 vote.
Oh,
I'm not saying that they pay the same percentage as people in the middle class. However, don't they pay more than we do?
Oh, did my tax one come up?
Yes.
Yeah.
They won by 1 vote.
Nice.
Come up with a new dessert that has the name of a U.S. state. Montana mudslide or Oklahoma noli.
oh, I like that.
That's a good prompt. That's a great prompt.
Yes, I agree. It basically is like, come up with a funny sounding word.
I know Oklahoma Noli is definitely Rob, though, but I still want it to win.
It is me. You're right.
Yeah. Who else would say cannoli about
Cannoli.
anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I do talk about cannolis quite frequently. I feel like they're an underrepresented dessert.
Not
on this
around
show.
you.
Yeah. But that's because I campaign for them, you know?
I know you do.
Something that would not work well as a dip for tortilla chips. Motor oil or horsey sauce?
Oh, I used to call horseradish sauce horsey sauce.
Oh, well, now it has a different meaning.
It was very spicy, which I didn't expect.
Yeah.
What economic system do I support if I think that like there should be an upper maximum on the amount of tax you pay a year? So if you like make $10 million a year, you pay like $1 million tax. You make $1 billion a year, you pay $1 million in tax. But if
that sounds
all of your
terrible.
assets are PUBG loot crates, you pay like a 94% tax rate on any capital gains you realize from those. What
kinda sounds like
economic
a-
system?
Sounds like a meritocracy, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Merrick Garland C.
A better name for the game Duck Duck Goose. Dog Dog Cat or fake news emails.
I would have just said fake news.
Yeah, that would have been better actually, but I still voted for it.
Me too.
I've got a better idea. If you make over $1 million a year, all your shit gets taken away? What economic system is that? Doesn't seem fair.
That's seizing the means of production.
But by definition, PUBG crates are not means of production. That's what I'm mad about.
What are they really?
It's a speculative asset. It's fucking stupid. is what it-
Honestly,
I mean,
we
I
should
agree,
talk
it's
about
stupid.
it's like
the-
war bonds for millennials.
we should talk about the merits of a death tax. To be honest with
What
you.
is a death tax?
Death tax is basically it's the same thing as an inheritance tax, right? It's
Okay.
like, the government gets to take a chunk of your inheritance.
Because it changed hands from one possessor to another.
Yeah, I mean, like basically, it's supposed to be a pseudo capitalism thing, right? Because like the person who made a bunch of money because he gave something to society, in theory. But the person who's inheriting a bunch of money didn't really make anything yet of value.
What?
Hold on. I'll explain more after I finish my.
I don't understand.
Do you need to though?
I think if you own a house that on paper is worth more than 30 times your declared annual income, you should have to fight to the death in a television program where the person who wins gets all 12 houses from their own and the 11 defeated contestants. What kind of economic system is that?
That's a battle royale.
Is that death racism?
All right, end the show.
Death racism.
End it.
Yep.
Is Jason Statham in it?
Yeah.
Then yes.
He plays all 11 houses. The best way to survive a bear attack is to slash the Achilles tendon or to be a Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's weird though, when you slash the Achilles tendon, the bear never can fall backward.
Yeah, no, then I'll be able to move the bear backwards with my strength.
Is that a metaphor for the bear market?
Basically, yeah.
I'm not
part of the-
calling out Josh. I don't think Josh bought a house that costs over 30 times his annual income. If he did, that's fucking
Oh.
sick. His bank is stupid.
We can find out.
That's pretty cool.
Well, unless they were in the what do they call them now? They have a new name for CDOs. It's like tranche opportunity.
Truncheons.
That would be a great answer for this prompt, by the way. Like Dinger, Grand Salami, and Jack come up with a new slang term for a home run in baseball. A kielbasa clanger or a verdict.
I really like the first one.
Or
Yeah,
a-
they're bespoke tranche
tranche.
opportunity. Yeah.
I made a baseball joke. I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
It's a boomer wanger.
It's an Aaron Judge.
Oh, because it's the verdict. Because he hit the most home runs last year.
Mesa verdict.
Stanton hit the most home runs last
He
year.
hit a lot of homers, though.
Yeah.
Come up with a name for a kooky ostrich who solves mysteries. Billingsworth the ostrich or Solve It Stretch.
Another
Solid
good
stretch.
prompt.
Yeah.
It's an okay prompt.
It's a
Anything that's
tranche.
like,
This Quiplash version just has better prompts than the other one.
come up with alliteration.
Right, yeah, mainly.
There
The
aren't a lot
audience
of.
has given up.
There's not a lot of angles for ostriches, though. I hate to say.
Yeah, it's like they're fast and they got like a long neck.
And they stick their head in the sand, but like none of those
Stick
really
their
help.
head
with-
in the sound.
Salt-
They don't do
Sand.
that though.
And the
Isn't that a
sound,
myth?
yeah.
They don't stick their head in the
No,
sand?
it's just a myth.
do
but
not,
I
yeah.
like
It's an
believing
urban
it.
myth?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's
Your hat.
urban. It's probably more of a rural
It's
myth,
a
if
rural
anything.
myth.
Yeah.
Rural.
You don't hear many of those, do you?
No, yeah.
That's the people talk about
Well-
Bigfoot, and they go, he's an urban legend. He's like exclusively a rural legend. Nobody's walking around downtown Manhattan going, you hear that Bigfoot story this week?
That's a good point, yeah.
A new completely BS holiday that greeting card companies would make up to sell more cards. Holiday card holiday or buy things day.
Man, no one's walking around. Okay, no, I'm cutting that one off. Never mind.
I heard I heard a good rural myth the other day. It was that Mexicans are ruining the economy in
Oh
America.
my god.
That was a good rural myth that I heard.
I was gonna make something along those lines, but more
Right, yeah.
offensive, so
They,
I-
you know,
Okay.
America is
Yeah.
divided up along geographical and economic lines. I'm scared. Something smells really good, and I'm scared to ask what it is because I think it might be cat food.
You just scared
Oh.
me.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm eating Chick-fil-A right now. I was like, can you fucking smell this? And then I thought, am I that stupid? That was a real thought that I just had?
It's a new feature. They're selling it. Makes your friends want to buy it.
I don't know, man. Definitely should not write Horeos for this.
Oh man.
This is your moment to cut loose.
Mm-hmm.
Just go nuts.
Cut loose. Be offensive.
Put on your Sunday shoes.
Make people mad on stream.
Bazinga XD, Guantu Kaba fix cookies. I feel like I didn't do what you wanted me to do there. Guantutu Kaba fix cookies?
It's
Thin
fine.
wheats? Or Red Rocket sour straws?
It wasn't me. Nick, stop framing me.
Wait, I didn't do that.
Oh.
Mine was the Guantutu,
One, two, two.
which really had no deep meaning at all. It was just a silly word because I wanted to write a silly word.
Yeah, it was. I thought that was like, why'd you leave the keys up on the table? I want to.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the great thing about Ryan. You throw enough words out, he'll make a good joke out of whatever you write.
It just assembled in my head.
I just wrote nonsense. Oh, right, I shouldn't vote on these.
What is this OWO stuff?
Oh, that's I learned what that was the other day. Now I can't remember.
Looks like an owl with two beaks.
I used it in some statement, and I asked, "Is that how you use that?" And they're like, "Yeah." It's like an inquisitive animal face or something.
But like everyone says, notice his bulge.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Is it a furry thing?
It's when the lion man, remember I was telling you about how there's those 3 lion men that when you open up your third eye, it's like when those guys see you, they'd make that face.
So it is then.
I don't know, I guess.
Rob, you won.
Hey! Back attack!
Why don't we take some time to pimp our channels? We'll start with little last gray wolf.
OWO.
Come watch Twitch. I can't. Go next.
All right. Alpaca Patrol.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rob, also known as AlpacaPatrol. You can find me on AlpacaPatrol everywhere, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Also discord.gg/AlpacaPatrol, where we had a long conversation about a card game I'm designing in Microsoft Paint yesterday. It's a fun time. Also, should be doing movie night this Saturday. I missed one last week, and I should be doing it, but I am also cleaning for Jessica, who is coming on Tuesday. So stay tuned to Twitter and all that. I'll let you know.
She won't be the only one.
Oh.
So when's Hava going to be on the show? Awesome.
What?
Well, I thought you were going to return to you were going to make another joke. Like,
No.
I thought you were going to pimp your channel maybe a little bit?
I already did.
Yeah, but you said I can't do it.
I know, I can't. I physically
All right. Well then, Nicholas, after
When they do OWO, do they go OW?
No, I think that's like... I think it's like they got big animal eyes. I think you're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can check me out if you want. Rockley Smile and all the stuff. I'm about to go down the snake. No, I just missed the snake. Never mind. Oh, yeah, I should tell you guys now because I just found out. So I'm going to go on a trip to Ireland. It was kind of short notice, and I'm going to be here through next week, but then I'm going to be gone for a bit of time. So you're going to get a new esteemed co-host probably while I'm gone. Remains to be seen whether or not I'm actually a ghost, but probably not.
I don't know, but you're describing it in the strangest way.
How so?
When are you leaving? When are you coming back?
Oh, I'll be gone from after next week and then till the 8th of January.
After next
the
week.
17th.
Okay.
The 17th to the 8th.
All right, I understand.
So it's a pretty long time.
So we need to record like 30 episodes of Ultimate Chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. So yeah, that's where I'm going to be if I disappear and you don't watch the NLSS for a while.
None taken.
Huh?
I'll still.
What?
I'm lost.
No, it's okay.
Did I say something offensive?
No. You said something that was not offensive that I said no offense to, and ergo.
I'm kind of like a little
Yada, yada.
sleepy and dopey, so I thought maybe I just didn't know what I said.
Quid pro quo, Clarissa.
Kibane.
Goodbye, Ryan.